Get up and get out. Get out. Get out.
I have a question for you.
Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out. Get out. Christ is Lord.
Offensively accurate. Hello and welcome in to another episode of Offensively Accurate, hosted by yours truly, Antlers Thugged, aka White Boy Boys, aka another racially ambiguous raper. And I'm here to tell you that Jesus loves you and Christ is King. Unfortunately, alongside some very terrible things. And for those of you who are here already, you can probably hear it in my voice, but I thought I was actually getting sick. Turns out I had some kind of extreme allergic reaction earlier today and had to get that taken care of. Christ is King. And how am I supposed to fact this is a crazy comment? So, but I'm here. I'm good. I recovered. And hence the all black getup. You would not want to see what my arm looks like, unfortunately. Covered in hives and whatnot. And also, for those who are in the Discord, you guys probably privy to the fact that I had very little to zero prep time looking at the news today. I actually had to take care of my daughter all day this morning. And not that that's a bad thing or anything at all. It just means I have less ability to read. I mean, I can, but in like 7-second bits. It's like I can maybe get the brown dog jumped over, bang, something happens. I'm like, oh, okay, then, run over there, go figure it out. The brown dog jumps over, poof, something else falls down. Okay, run over, go take care of it. So that's basically how it went. So I was able to kind of read some of the headlines of what was happening today. But we're largely going to be reacting today. It's going to be a pretty chill YouTube stream, which is a little bit different from how we normally do it. But we are chilling. It is good to see everybody in here. Mr. Moss, Smilly Balls, Tom Foe here early. Nice to see you, brother. Romulus in here, 40 wide, 40 deep. And who else am I missing? Group being Flex, Nightbot, as always, but that's not even a person. Just another bot. And the Hippocratic Oath, almost missed you in there too, brother. Nice to see you guys in here. And, just cutting to the chase here. Seems like we already kind of got an answer on what's happening with Iran. I thought that was kind of funny. What's up, Josh? Josh in here as well, AI World Champion. W's to everybody who's in here. But it looks like we rather quickly got an answer, or some kind of an answer, on the situation with Iran. But not only with Iran and Lebanon and some of the strikes that occurred there, we also had some crazy moments of, I guess, a rabbi went on Fox News and called everybody Goyim, which I think is funny. And of course, he's some super old, super Jewish looking guy. There's also a story that was coming out. I was catching a little bit of Beardson and also Tyler Russell's stream earlier today. Looks like there was a terror plot that was foiled. Looks like JR is already on it. He says, do you think the fans were involved in the foiled domestic terror attack? It all sounds very suspicious, and the charging documents read like Sebastian Gorka's definition of this new wave of domestic. And what I will tell you from some of the surface details of it, it's very suspect. I'll say that. Well, the one thing about it is the guy was from Ohio, of course, and the photo's already out there, the mugshot at least, I do believe, of the guy who snitched on the other people involved in it. And it just seems weird. I'm half of mind to think that this was not even anything too serious by any means, and it kind of sounds terrible to say. But when you look at the person, you look at the individual who was arrested and who snitched, you look at the fact that they told it was up to like 24 people. It was like 20 to 24 people, something like that. Some crazy amount. No, I did not know him. I would say though, Beardson, don't take this the wrong way, but when I saw the photo, I was like, Beardson, if he grew up in West Virginia. But he looked pretty unsightly. And if anything, he kind of has the physiognomy of somebody who probably can't think very well for themselves. With having that many people, who knows? Was it an Antifa thing? Which we can look into some of the details. That's one of the things that we will react to today, actually. And we're all going to react in real time to see what some of the updates up to the latest of what happened there. But yeah, that is another story that's happening today. Both also one story that we covered a little bit at the end of yesterday, but also seems to have relevance given the fact of what's being accused with it or what's also going along with it. And that is the story of the B-52 bomber, the B-52 plane that crashed in California. At first, I didn't think much of it at all. But the second you give it a second to breathe, and everybody was already pointing to, Israel. Is this Israel? This is a sign. Because when the plane crashed, it came at the same time as everyone was very suspect of Israel sabotaging the deal. This is also in the same vein of all the news coming out, all of the rhetoric of the Israelis being mad on Telegram. You have, Mark Levin threatening to it needs to be done under a treaty. We need 2/3 of the Senate. So many people almost immediately were like, oh, is this Israel's way of threatening us? And I would say they didn't strike me as that at all. However, the one thing that was very wild about this, at least from what I was reading from Owen Schroyer, was that there seems to be nothing left of the plane. It seems that it was like incinerated. Now, again, I'm not any kind of mechanical engineer, but we know how kind of, you just compare that to the 9/11. You compare that to not really the actual hitting of the towers, forgive me, but I thought of almost instantly the plane that supposedly hit the Pentagon, but there was no plane, no parts, if you will, and so there was like nothing left of that plane, and so it's kind of curious what actually is going on there, and it's also curious because it's happening in California at the same time. In California, Gavin Newsom and also his wife are supposedly under investigation. What for? I'm actually not even entirely sure. I read a little bit earlier today that linked them back to some kind of naval tribe dispute, or forgive me, native tribe dispute, where it looked like Gavin Newsom cut off access or funding to one tribe, but then supported the rival tribe. Something weird like that. Who knows how realistic it may be? But again, when I'm thinking of covering a story about the Trump administration or the DOJ, I'm like, I don't really have much faith in there being anything like real to it beyond perhaps maybe the headline or maybe being some kind of other political pressure. And yeah, Craig, you missed the whole thing. I read the entire MOU in like a couple of minutes. Actually, it was so crazy how fast it happened, and you missed it. And now the stream's over. Actually, all right, goodbye, everyone. No, just kidding. We will get into that because that was one thing that we were expecting to come out. And actually, it looks like it wasn't even the official version of it that came out. Again, it's looking like Barak Ravid, someone who've been paying attention to the last couple of weeks, the writer journalist over at Axios, was the one that published it. And so we have that version of it. And it looks like actually that it's not a 14-point plan, it's a 12-point plan. So 2 less points, but seemingly some of those were kind of merged together. Ellis Russ would be like, that's funny. Yeah, this is very true. That is a very, let's all take a moment and say, can Tyler Russell stream longer than like 30 seconds, please? He got me so excited. And I'm not even joking you. I left the room. I don't even know what I was doing. I left the room. I come back and Beardson's on and I'm like, was I not just like watching Tyler Russell? And I'm like, I click on it, like he's offline. I'm like, that's crazy. I think he's trolling people now at this point. Thought it to be funny. But perhaps that's a good way we can actually start this, is going to the MOU, which I did get one of the posts here that talks about, this is Axios that is bringing this to our attention. Tix Bomber says you get 8 minutes, bro. Yeah. You get 8 minutes, 8-minute stream, power hour, quinta hour, or no, quinta hour, sexta hour, hexa hour. What am I talking about? Anyways, this is what we got here from Miriam Navarro, and I would say if you're not following this account, you definitely should, at least in some form or another. They're one of the, I think, in my opinion, they are the best aggregator. Not that they get all news, but they get damn near everything that you need. And so beyond this, what Miriam Navarro says, this is the 12 points here. So the Axios reporter Barak Ravid has obtained details of the U.S.-Iran MOU. And so here are the 12 points. This is the first one. So Iran and the U.S. and their allies will cease hostilities, including in Lebanon. And this is actually the most important thing to really be paying attention to. And what's up, everybody who's coming in here? Appreciate seeing you guys in here. And forgive me for the voice. I'm recovering. I'm in recovery mode right now. Dangerous accident. But there you have it. I mean, this was like really the big thing in the short-term timeline we're looking at, which was Lebanon included in the deal? And so what's wild about this is just how much that we had U.S. officials, and perhaps, and the reality could be that perhaps these U.S. officials that said that they weren't included in the deal were not privy to the deal at all. And perhaps maybe they were maybe more pro-Israeli officials who perhaps were saying that astutely, saying that with confidence because perhaps other officials who also weren't privy were feeding them false information, or they just straight up lied. Either way, it doesn't honestly matter. The point here is that Lebanon is included in this deal. And I would actually add to that, because we will watch a little bit of this too, because on two fronts, you have Donald Trump actually mounting a much stronger reprimanding, if you will, a much stronger reaction to Netanyahu. Now, I would say you should also keep in mind this concept of perhaps how much of this is theater. And again, we've explained this on stream before, but in the same vein of obviously this plays well for Trump's base, this plays well for, John Doyle, Patrick Casey, Captive Dreamer, but specifically it plays well for Trump in the opinion of the masses, right? Especially if you were to say the average public opinion of Donald Trump is that he's controlled by Israel, but then you have Trump, out loud going, especially on the phone call, you're effing me. This is why everybody hates Israel. Now you have Trump, like as of today, basically calling out Israel and specifically really Netanyahu, that the way they carry out their campaigns, their military campaigns, it's too broad sweeping. It's too reckless. He doesn't say that verbatim, but what he does say specifically is that, they're killing all the civilians. They bomb buildings almost indiscriminately. And we have about almost 4 to 5 minute rant from Trump we will pay attention to. But he does call out Israel for targeting civilians, or at the bare minimum being reckless at that. And so this is kind of the next step in this question here, which is this actually how they feel, or is this them fighting really for their own political posturing? So like the audiences, so the people in their camps are appeased, or are happy with what's going on. Because on one end, you have people in the MAGA base who are going, see, Trump's not controlled by Israel. See, he's fighting back. He's pushing. And then in the same vein, you have with Netanyahu, what he's doing is he's also continuing this. I don't know if he's explicitly responded to Trump in a presser or anything, but again, Netanyahu holding his position saying like, no, we're not going to be doing this. Like, we're going to continue our positions, much like you have the other Israeli ministers saying this too. Like, no, we are going to keep going. We're going to keep fighting. We're not a part of this agreement. So it's curious how that's going to develop. And one thing that is actually very intriguing about this too is because Netanyahu is actually facing some tough competition, something that we'll take a look at. Now, I can't remember the exact numbers from the top of my head right now, but what's crazy about this is that I read somewhere, I think it was something close to the fact that Netanyahu has like 24, it was something like 24 to 21 votes. And I'm not sure what the cabinet makeup is, but basically the way it read was that whoever is close to coming upon Netanyahu, the oppositional party, or at least someone else who's not Netanyahu, is really close in terms of the voting power. So pay attention to that. Because again, Netanyahu, many people are not happy with both Donald Trump in America, as you can see by all of the Israeli messages, as well as just the overall push from people in the more pro-Israel sphere who might even be here in the United States. And so we'll get to that. Second point here. The United States and Iran pledged to resolve the issue of disposing of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile. And so again, much as we've covered, it's a pledge to resolve. Not that it does resolve, but it's a pledge, a commitment to continue those negotiations with the intent to seek a resolution. The United States and Iran will discuss uranium enrichment in Iran's civilian nuclear energy needs. And so right here, what you have is this is an automatic concession. This is a concession, and it goes along with what Donald Trump had said verbatim himself, which was we'll allow them to have their uranium. It has to be diluted from where it's at now, but they will be allowed to keep their enriched uranium so much as it's not being used for any kind of military purposes, any kind of military needs, anything along those lines. Even further from there, Iran will maintain the status quo of its nuclear program for the duration of the negotiations. So this means that while the negotiations are happening, Iran is not going to be expected to do anything until they actually move to a final agreement later on in like the second phase of negotiations. The United States will lift the naval blockade, which I do believe we have reports that some elements of this are already moving. There are already pieces on the board that are moving over there. And then it continues, refrain from imposing new sanctions and will not increase its military presence in the region during the negotiations. And as far as what I have read so far is that we have removed every sanction possible from Iran. And that's what I read earlier, which we can get to. We can react to some of that stuff. And again, today, I'm very much less prepared than what I normally am. But I did feel like I read that headline there. And also, in addition to that, it also seems to be that they are going to be able to, or not be able to, but the United States is giving them some form of a temporary waiver that will allow them to be able to continue or be able to sell oil. I believe it's to the tune of 60 days. It seems to match the same timeline of their commitment to get it done or get the final resolution on the enriched uranium. This next point here, Iran will make the necessary arrangements to ensure the safe passage of commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz free of charge for 60 days. We get the frozen Iranian assets available for use upon implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding, which it does seem to be that there's still dispute over when this money is going to be getting unfrozen. But again, as Iran said it, half up front, the rest later. In any final agreement will include a plan to establish a $300 billion fund for Iran's reconstruction, and much like how I had said from the subtleties in the rhetoric from Vance, it does appear that the United States is not going to be contributing any money. It seems that this is going to be an investment done, or an investment fund, an allocation fund done by the Gulf states, actually. So it does look like they have clarification on there, because I also saw a report that said something to the effect of the United States will be committing $0 to the $300 billion investment. Again, how much can you trust people? How much can you trust, honestly, anything that you see anymore, but let alone these MAGA pundits too? It really is hard to. And then right here, what I was talking about, the United States will grant Iran temporary sanctions waivers to permit oil sales during the negotiation period. So meaning, and I'm assuming from this, is that these sanctions won't be released until the negotiations are finalized. But again, that seems to contradict what's set up here, or what I read elsewhere, which is like the sanctions are already gone. And this last one is that the negotiations will be held between Iran and Oman with the participation of Gulf states to define arrangements governing shipping and maritime services. Now, the reason this is also important is because this actually is perhaps what's being left unsaid in a part of this agreement here. But it does appear to be that Iran and Oman they're going to be together maintaining this kind of sovereignty, or this ownership, really, of the Strait of Hormuz. And it looks like that they're going to be in discussions together to define what that's going to look like now, since the pre-war status quo was that essentially, it just was a Strait of Hormuz. Iran had the ability to close it, but they didn't outwardly or consistently or any kind of meaningful or significant way to be charging tolls in it. It was like a free-flowing passage. And Hook is saying this is alluding, expect things to get even worse. And this is, quite frankly, the best way to honestly say this is that Iran won and we lost. And this does look to be like a complete and near full surrender, kind of like what we were expecting. I saw Zeb Boykin had posted something on either his Telegram or on his X page, but it said something to the effect of, it looks like Trump was faced with drop a nuke, ground invasion, or walk away. And it does look like Trump decided to walk away. And I would say that is arguably probably the best decision for the overall. However, the only issue is the fact that what we've done in the war leading up to the point now is it's actually set us back. It's given Iran power. Now, there is a positive here, which is, again, if the genius of what Iran was doing was to actually drive a wedge, and that this isn't theater, that what we are seeing is a real separation from the administration, from Israel, as much as that feels almost impossible to say, if that is what Iran was attempting to do, perhaps that it may economically be bad, but Iran may have actually done the world a favor. Again, it sounds very terrible to say, but again, if that wedge becomes permanent or has any kind of permeating element to it, or does result in Netanyahu being dethroned, or does result in anything to these effects, I think that it could develop into a positive, at least in the political sphere, not economically, but specifically to the to the nature of which the political system operates here in the United States. Will it have permeating elements to it? I don't know. And how much of it Stephen sticks around if Netanyahu's voted out of power and say the next guy steps in and wants to continue the relationship. And again, you have to think about this too. Like even without the Iran war, we still have things like with Tom Cotton, right? And I very severely believe that Tom Cotton should be tried for treason. Ian Carroll also agrees. I'm sure many people actually also agree, because during all of this, and what we're seeing here is that, and this is another point too. It looks like Israel was asking to see the details of the memorandum, and we rejected them. So, if that's what's going on here, right? So why would we reject them? It must mean to think that if we would think that they could, by knowing the details, they may make the whole thing null. They may render it void. So that in and of itself implies that there's already some inner level discussions happening to prevent Israel from fully knowing what's going on. This also matches the Pentagon, the DIA's counterintelligence threat level of Israel being raised from, it was already at high, to like the highest level of designation possible, now critical. And again, it cannot be understated. You're having all of this occurring, and this is not just within the Iran war. I mean, like the DIA report of the counterintelligence of Israel goes all the way back to 2021. Tom Cotton says, no, I'm going to put forward legislation that mandates it that we have to share sensitive information with Israel. In addition to that, not only do we have to, it's mandated that the president can't even do anything about it unless there is a national security risk, or like, we're under like martial law or some kind of extreme event occurs. So you look at that all together and you just have to ask the question, like, whose side is Tom Cotton on? Clearly couldn't be the United States. There's no way. No way at all. So what side is he on? Well, if he's not on the United States, I mean, he's definitely not on Iran's side. He's on Israel's side. And I do wholeheartedly believe that Tom Cotton should be tried for treason. He is, in my opinion, one of the most forward-facing, but also disgusting senators, representatives, whatever he is. And I'm still just kind of mind-blown by that. But with that being said, I think that does, looking forward and moving forward, how do you imagine that these headlines are going to play out? I mean, we already saw the way, without even anything being said, we already saw how Mark Levin and others reacted to it. Mark Levin's like pulling up he's pulling out, he traveled back in time to 1700s to grab an old version of the Constitution to talk about Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2, about how treaties need to be ratified by 2/3 of the Senate. So he's all of a sudden, he's off the Trump train and he's pulling out the Constitution for the first time in probably Lord knows how long. And he's saying, no, actually, we should be doing this. And I think the reason why he's saying that is because that he knows that you wouldn't end up probably getting a 2/3 of the Senate voting for it, which would perhaps render it null. It's almost immediately they're thrashing around. And what do you honestly really make of that beyond, it seems to be that there is some kind of at least some chaotic reeling. It seems to be that some people are on their heels, and the people on their heels do seem to be the pro-Israeli Jews, the pro-Israeli Zionists here in America, and also it seems to be that Israel is pretty taken aback as well, though, too, between Netanyahu and between some of the other ministers as well, too. I also read somewhere that there was a court hearing, case 2000, I do believe, that Netanyahu did not have a good time during that court hearing. And it does seem to be that the political belief in Netanyahu to achieve the goals of Greater Israel have faltered and are gone. Not only that, the crazy part about this is, do you guys remember not only just a few weeks ago when we were talking and discussing how, and the news was too, how Donald Trump was having this extremely high approval rating in Israel? It was like something to the effect of like 98%. He was like 98% approval rating. He was super beloved, and people were comparing that to his United States ranking, right? His approval rating here in the States, and it was obviously much higher in Israel. Even Trump made a comment to it as well. Trump comments to the effect of, we should, maybe I should run for prime minister in Israel, which is just a crazy thing to say. Some people actually almost took that as like, was that even a veiled threat towards Netanyahu? Like, I know you're not doing good. And I do think Trump had a higher rating than Netanyahu. Well, he wakes up this morning and guess what? It's completely flipped. It's entirely flipped. And so it looks like Trump right now is sitting at a net negative approval rating of minus 23, the swing of about 46 points in the last couple of days in Israel, mind you, which I found it to be crazy. But again, just to bring it back to center here, to zoom back out to understand where we are with the Iran war, I thought this clip from Nick was probably actually perfect to summarize what's kind of occurred. If this deal does go through, if this is how we are moving forward. And again, that comes with this kind of belief that, as long as Israel doesn't do anything further to jeopardize it. But here's the clip, put up on screen for you, well, as long as it works. And it never seems to want to work. But here's this from Either Wave, about a 3-minute clip. This is the key point here. We lost. And I thought Nick did a great show last night. For some people, it might be boring, but I love the geopolitical stuff. I actually was listening to every single minute of it, and then I watched the replay this morning.
So we get nothing. We get nothing out of this. Think about everything that has happened over the past 100 days. You've got more than a dozen dead Americans, hundreds injured, tens, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars in damage to U.S. bases and other military facilities in the region.
Yeah, new camera, new suit.
Probably spent something like $100 billion on the actual fighting itself. The carrier strike groups, the interceptors, the 15,000 airstrikes, the actual price tag of it maybe was $100 billion. Then it's the cost of replenishing the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Then it's the cost to our economy. And in the end, what did we actually accomplish? What we set out to achieve was regime change, destroying their missile production capability and stockpile, destroying their drone production capability and stockpile.
And that one's what's crazy. Like, they completely have backed away from this one. But I think it was Rubio was the one that was wielding this one, heralding this one. Same thing with Hegseth. That one of their goals, like one of their third, like you could put it down like third or fourth, one of those goals specifically was to degrade their ballistic missile systems, their drone building capacity, those factories, those underground cities. And we barely did a dent. Now, their Navy, on the other hand, their Navy's been pretty decimated, but their ability to keep making missiles and drones is like untouched. And it was like, that's the best we got. I mean, America's gonna have to put every man, woman, and child on the ground if we want a better chance to take those over. Which again, here comes Iran, right? And here's the thing too. I would also say on top of this is understand that this is not just the only effects here. The reputation and the surface level, the relationships and the other dynamics at play here, everything has been shifted. And I think what's really being understated overall, and again, I'm looking very forward for this, but if Iran has, by all accounts, basically expanded its influence and gained after this, it puts Iran in a very strong position to continue down that path with a hardline government. Now, ultimately, do I think would this result in war further down the line? I mean, perhaps you always have that chance if Israel's driving the conflict, continuing it, wanting to push for greater Israel. That's always going to be in the cards. But this could have very well given the boost that to Iran that could ultimately render it into a position where it starts reverting what Israel has done. Not in the sense that they start bombing everyone, not in the sense that they start doing what Israel does, but reverse, which is a chance though. But they may actually start doing things where they begin to use their influence and wield their influence. Now that they have a lot more, not a lot more power and influence, they've expanded. They're in a position where they can start roping in even more allies. They can get the ear of China probably a couple seconds quicker than they were, just a few months ago. So I think there is something to pay attention here too with the where Iran goes from here, especially if we're working inside the boundaries of this deal is going through and Israel will be able to be restrained. That's what we'll be looking at. Trump from Uncle House, nice to see you, Uncle House. He says, and this is Trump, quoting Trump here. He says, to go get it, the material is a big deal. We have cameras on it. Also, Trump, you can make the case, why even bother? It's not very valuable stuff. And so, again, the waffling here on the enriched uranium, because again, it does seem to be specifically that we are like completely walking away from this. And like I've been saying too, it does stand to reason that this was a war of attrition that Iran won. when you look at what the United States was spending, we spent a little over $60 billion in the war. And if we end it now, and I mean, imagine if it keeps continuing down this path, what Iran's going to ask for it to end is only going to get greater. The demands would only get stronger, because you'd have to imagine if in the delayed negotiations in a fragile ceasefire, more strikes will happen, more things will be rendered, useless, more assets will be at risk. So by all accounts, it is a complete waffling. And then you go and you look at, well, what was and again, he's talking about regime change, the enriched uranium, degrading their military. And which of those have we accomplished? None. And in fact, the regime change element is like we made them stronger. It's like now the people in charge of Iran are probably smarter. We got rid of their managerial problem. We got rid of all the boomers for Iran, and now all the younglings are in there, right? It's like that seemingly had a strong effect. And that seems to be also maybe in lockstep with the reason why the war maybe went so sideways, is that they did all these assassination strikes. They did deplete many of the top brass, but it seems the people who replaced them were, if maybe better at strategically thinking, or even inside of that, perhaps the dynamic of having all of those assassinations right at the beginning set a very stark tone to the beginning of the war that perhaps maybe was followed in. And so now you have Motaba, the son of Khamenei, who was assassinated at the beginning of the war, in the triangle of power. And they consider this the triangle of power because there's three of these guys, Motaba included, that have known each other for like well over 20 years, 30 years, I believe, in one of the instances. And they're calling it the triangle of power because here's three IRGC aligned guys who are hardliners, who are basically in three different distinct positions of power, who seemingly are in all agreement with the direction of where Iran needs to go. And so you look at regime change, it's like, regime change, we regime boosted. We were like, hey, you want to be even more of a theocracy? You want to be even more of an emboldened country against the United States, against Israel? Well, okay, here you go. And we gave them the ammunition for that. And what do you do to change that? Well, you'd have to threaten the entire negotiations again. I mean, you would just take them off the table at that point. If you went back in for an assassination strike, you try to do the job in another form. So we made them stronger. Looks like we are allowing them to keep their enriched uranium. And again, by all accounts, it basically just reinstitutes the JCPOA, but at a higher cost. And we're going to suffer the power and the energy economic costs for it too. So it's almost like we could have just let the JCPOA stay in place and not have done this. And but again, hindsight's 2020.
Getting the highly enriched uranium out of the country, destroying their nuclear centrifuges.
Yeah, high refining.
We achieved none of that. And if anything, you could say at best, we're going back to the status quo. In reality, it's slightly worse. So this is a conflict which may have cost us something like $1 trillion when all is said and done. Certainly it's in the hundreds of billions of dollars. In the long run, it might be up to $1 trillion. We achieved zero of our war aims. And in reality, Iran has actually gained something. So to me, this is really the big picture. This is the headline. Before you even get into, and we're going to talk about how we got here. We're going to get through some of these discrepancies.
Nice to see you, Ronnie.
What will happen. Let's just say, even in the best case scenario, we have this memorandum of understanding. It ends the war. It paves the way for future negotiations. We'll see what happens with that. Forget about the rest. If this is the deal, on its face, we lost. We lost. And they're going to spin it. And the administration is going to finesse this, and they're going to do these semantic tricks to try to convince you that Iran isn't really getting what they got. But there's no way around it. This was objectively a strategic defeat.
And on that point, Hook, I do believe that one of those radar systems took somewhere like, it was like 4 to 5 years to build, and had been like functional for like 6, 7, 8 months before it got wiped out. Like, oh, dude, I'd be so angry. And not to mention, I mean, we're not just talking about the reparations from, like what was just like lost explicitly that was American. We're also talking about what's going to have to be done. I'm sure the Gulf countries aren't going to sit there and expect to have to rebuild on their own. The Gulf countries are also going to be wanting, especially because you got to think too, on two ends. You have the Gulf countries that were targeted by the direct result of the war kicking off that they had no part of. You also have the fact that and Nick did a good job touching on this as well, that so much of the basis, so much of the way our warfare is strategized in that theater of war, like they're much more used to fighting the, they're much more used to fighting the specific what's it called, like the Taliban, for example, like Al Qaeda, ISIS, RPGs and AK-47s in the desert. They're not used to fighting these kind of broad sweeping or airstrikes, missile systems, drone systems. And so when you look at like the majority of these places that the U.S. military is sitting in and where they're positioned from, they're positioned in hotels. They're in the third story of an office building. They're positioned in, and so there was no defense for these things. And so many of these places were hit. They were struck. I mean, they were struck by and targeted by Iran. This is how you get a portion of these individuals. Why we reached the count. I believe it's either 12 or 15, and I can't remember. Either way, no number is good, of the U.S. soldiers who have perished. And some seem to have much more believable stories than other. Toy Groper says, Beardson said he wanted to collab with people more, and he suggested to message him if you're interested. Didn't care about big or small audiences. Also, W and Great collab too. A lot of shit happening. Yes, no, definitely. I feel like I might be making people feel bad. I keep saying I'm going to reach out and do messages. I wholeheartedly intend to. I'd love to collab with Beardson. I would love to collab with it must be, brand new Groper General Michael Leinhart. Would love to also collab with him too. Same thing with, and obviously Tyler Russell and all the others. Greg the Groper as well too. Greg seems like a really nice guy. That was my first actual real interaction with him. I'd seen him on the timeline before, but and I thought I even followed him too. And I think I did on X. But no, seems like a really nice guy. I caught him at the very end of this kick stream last night. He was playing, was it UFC? And like I went in there, and when it raided, it was funny because it was, I think I messed him up a little bit. He lost focus. He got knocked out like 2 seconds later in the UFC game that he was playing. But yeah, I would love to do that too. A lot of things are happening. I try to take it in, one day at a time. But also, let me say this too. I shout out to Toy Groper also for connecting the dots on some of these things too. I appreciate that. Same with any of you other guys too who have reached out on my behalf. I do appreciate it. Thank you. It does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. Billy Ball says, I can't wait for the Atlas and AF Deplorable collaboration. Mods ban him. Hey, Smelly? Smelly? You're gone, dude. Get this guy out of here. Ref, get this guy, dude. That's funny. Not gonna happen. Never going to happen. That's gonna be the collab. The collab is gonna be. it's gonna be Chad Champion and AF Deplorable. If that happens, bro, I'm gonna fall out of my chair. But anyways, we got like 30 seconds left in the clip.
It's a rout. It's unambiguous, undeniable. It's not up for debate. We just lost the war. And how else would you say it? We went into it on February 28th. Trump said, we want regime change. We're going to destroy your missiles. We're going to destroy your nuclear program. We are going to open up the strait.
Promote this man to lieutenant.
We're suing for peace. We're bribing Iran to make an agreement. And unilaterally, we're pulling out. We lost.
And I thought that was probably a perfect 3-minute clip. It really just kind of does center, instead of watching my 2 hours yesterday, just watch this 3-minute clip right here, right? Thought it was funny. Toy Groper also says he plays a lot of Goysomp games. We have a fun time in that chat. It's definitely very deep into the Groper space right there. It's being in the shit comparatively. Yeah, no, it seems super fun. I feel like I don't do enough fun things on stream. But then I put it to a poll. I'm like, what do you guys want me to do? Horror game, community game, or politics? Everyone slams down politics. It's like, okay. that's my side of the aisle. It's fine. And it'd be total. I love politics. I hate politics, but I love it. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like a love-hate relationship. And those are the best ones. You love it and you hate it. You love it and you hate it. And sometimes you love and hate it at the same exact time. Anyone who's been married, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so that was a good bit from Nick. We talked about how Israel Israel did strike Lebanon this morning earlier, I do believe. I don't think it was anything major by any means, but I did see that they did. But I don't know if there's any details on that. to make sure I'm running through a couple of these. We covered the MOU, but specifically, it was this. This is the other one I wanted to bring up to attention in the same vein of, again, the Tom Cotton needs to be tried for treason. We're getting a meet and greet with Calabaf. That's funny. Dude, would that not be lovely? Guys, how quickly do you think I'd be under investigation if I was like, hey, I'm like, hey guys, our new guest, it's Muhammad Calabaf. Just like the IRGC commander comes on stream. I took this page out of Hassan Piker's book. They said he never been tried and charged. Surely they're not going to get me. Here's the IRGC ranking commander who just signed our defeat in the Middle East. That would be actually kind of funny to do. Hilarious. Good call. I'll reach out. I have a direct. No, I don't want to disavow that comment. I never even said it. No, it's too funny. Yeah, let me text. I'm gonna text him. I have his line right now. If anyone's listening, I have a direct line to. No, that's a joke. That is a joke. I may be pro Iran, but I'm not that. They don't like me that much. For as much as I maybe support their efforts here in the war. Anyways, not this tweet, but the one that's quoted here. And again, in the same vein of the Tom Cotton is a traitor. He has committed treason, and by all accounts, we should, in a just country, he would be tried for it. You have this story as well, too. The New York Times has obtained leaked audio recordings of the White House Situation Room when Trump and Rubio were discussing going to war with Iran. So let me try to do my best to articulate how wild this headline in and of itself is that it would be bad enough if there was a leak from any kind of government agency, whether it was from the FBI, there's a leak from the FBI or a whistleblower from the NSA, or you can go down the line. Any of those would be bad. But this is a leaked audio recording of the White House Situation Room when Trump and Rubio were discussing going to war with Iran. So it says White House Situation Room. So the assumption here is that this was not at Mar-a-Lago. This is not at the secondary area. This is actually explicitly at the White House. So you mean to tell me that a discussion that was had a day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, last week was recorded and then leaked already to Axios, who was able to verify its contents and then publish a story about it? So for one, it would be already an insane thing that if there was a leak from like any three-letter agency, any government, period. Because most often than not, those leaks come from whistleblowers, like in the case of Edward Snowden. It comes from somebody who's actually working at the job, they're working at the site, and it's because they have some kind of moral or ethical dilemma with what's occurring that they typically decide, okay, I got to go tell somebody, and they know what it's going to cost them. The crazy thing, though, is this is coming from the White House Situation Room. So we're not talking about someone who's been working on a project. We're talking about a discussion that no one probably could have really seen happening or would have been privy to unless they were up to the minute there. So this implies two things. Either one, somebody who is in the Situation Room was able to record a conversation while they were there and then leak it out. Or two, what you have is that there's listening devices that were planted prior to that were then used to they were used to capture the audio and then release it thereafter. Neither of which are good. And Hook is saying, perhaps it was leaked from Trump. I'm less inclined to believe that because this is such an egregious level of a leak that if Trump were to be the one that leaks this, I think that there's no way you leak something like this and people don't get fired. People don't immediately get turned over and get sent out of the administration. And especially too, because this would put Rubio in a light. How do we know it would be Trump and not Rubio? or insert any other person who is privy enough to be inside the inner circle, inside the Situation Room. That is a severe leak, right? We're talking like this is going to be the head of the CIA, John Ratcliffe. We're talking about the head of the Department of War. This is Pete Hegseth, JD Vance. You have Marco Rubio. You have. So now it's like, if it's not, if it, and so Trump, that is a possibility, but I'm more so thinking this is specifically, was it somebody inside the inner level of the administration? Or much like how the DIA had it in their report, and much like we've covered in, I don't know if it was in 2021 or it was in 2025, it might have even been 2024, when then Israelis, Jews, tried to plant listening devices in Secret Service vehicles. So did Israelis plant listening devices in the White House Situation Room? Or is somebody in the inner circle compromised? Either way, there's like no way that you can spin that is not an extreme, like, that is an extreme security breach of, I mean, we're not even joking, literally of the highest level. And it's not even a secret conversation Trump and Rubio are having about, the economy in China. We're talking about in the middle of a war, dealing with sensitive wartime with multiple countries at stake. That audio is being leaked. Like, there could not be a greater breach of security, quite honestly, that I could even think of. During a time of war, sensitive information being leaked or recorded to be given or leaked for other purposes, for third-party purposes. Absolutely insane. And exactly, from casual mind, it could have been anybody with their phone in their pocket. It could be anybody. So now what does that do? I mean, this is going to paint somebody in the administration. That's going to be the first thing, right? It's either somebody in the administration, or it's going to be, is there a listening device? We're going to find it. And if they do find it, what happens then? Does that continue and further drive the wedge between the United States and Israel? But I did like this meme a lot. It said, leaked audio recordings from the Situation Room. There's a time when this would have triggered a massive purge in an administration. Now counterintelligence just looks at massage agents like this. And it is, I think his name is Frazier. I forget what his first name is. But I was just like, I'm just kind of mind blown by this. 1.5 million views. There needs to be much more of a stronger reaction to this, because that is insane. And you look at that, you think about it too in the vein of like Tom Cotton, like it's getting serious. You go, how many of these people are compromised? And then you go back to that original question, which is the argument or the theater between Trump and Netanyahu, is it real or is it theater? Right? You go, so wait a minute, is that actually real? Is this is Israel crossing red lines because they fear they're on the verge of their plan being set back many, many years? Or perhaps just indefinitely until they can find a new way to get around this problem, this heightened Iran? Or, as Hook is saying, is this a good cop, bad cop routine? Is this being done in an attempt to obfuscate the relationship, the attached at the hip relationship that the United States and Israel has, to better negotiate with Iran, to perhaps confuse them, or perhaps be able to find alternate angles to different situations to resolve, by giving at least Iran some of this ammunition to go, well, maybe they aren't attached at the hip. But again, as we've been talking about, Iran's in no position to look at it any other way. And I think it's in their best security, it's in their best interest to view us as no other way. And they should view it as either way, whether U.S. controls Israel, Israel controls U.S., either way, they have to view these countries as being one and the same. At least it's how it's been playing out so far. So, crazy. That was a crazy story, just to read that in of itself. But crazy in the fact that, where's the reaction? Where is the reaction to this story? Why are people not freaking out over this? Where's the Ian Carroll clip of this? Right? I feel like I would have seen a lot more of that. But this to me was this is the big one that stuck out today. And again, and who got it? Well, and here's the thing. And I think this actually tells you a bit more. Who got the leaked audio? Well, none other than Barak Ravid and Axios, right? Or no, forgive me. It was the New York Times. Forgive me. I take that back wholeheartedly. Take that back. Scratch that. Scratch that. Wrong and wrong. Forgive me. It's Barak Ravid who got the copy of the MOU, actually. The New York Times is who got this. But either way. Very, 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 very insane of a story. And then, so here, and while we're on this theater here, I do have this one. This is some of the Trump comments today, which is funny. And it's clipped by Chris Manahan. And the question is, are you frustrated with Netanyahu, sir? To Trump answering, no, we have a great relationship, only for him to continue for 4 minutes about Israel defying him, which is kind of funny. So we'll take a listen to this one. You go back a little bit, start at the beginning.
Are you frustrated with Netanyahu, sir?
No, we had a great relationship. We're talking about some end details. I didn't like that he did an attack based on there's a very minor little thing with some drones that were released, and he ends up doing I saw that attack. I saw where that bomb went. Did you see what happened? That was a vicious, that was too much. You can do too much also. But
That's funny.
we've had a very effective relationship. Without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no Israel, because no other president was willing to do what I did.
Real?
I've had a great relationship with Bibi, but now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon. Lebanon used to be a great country. It was a country where you had professors, doctors, lawyers. The great intellect was in Lebanon. Now it's terrible.
He's doing tricks on Lebanon.
Treated the worst. And they can't defend themselves. And they have Hezbollah, which is a problem for them. So, now I'm not happy with the way Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah. They should have been able to do the job faster. It just goes.
It's a good list from Hook.
And when that happens, it throws a negative light on the big deal, and that's the deal with Iran. So when you ask me about Bibi, an unbelievable relationship. But Israel would have been blown up a long time ago had I not gotten involved. Two things I did. I terminated the Iran
Also very true, Kevin.
nuclear deal. Barack Hussein Obama
He'd probably be one of the first ones, too.
for Iran. He went to Iran. He sold them out. How anybody can vote for this guy or the party, the Democrats I call them, because they're dumb. They're dumb people. That's number one. How anybody can vote for them. And the second was the B-2 bombers, just totally destroyed. So they had the right there, the JCPOA. I watch these politicians. I watched this Senator Reid that nobody ever heard of the other day. Well, this deal is the same as the deal with Barack Obama. No. This deal is a wall to a nuclear weapon. His deal was a road to a nuclear weapon.
While we're on this point too, Hook brought up a good, you have the protocols of Zion. There's another one, and the name of it is escaping me. Let me actually see if I can pull it up right now. I believe it is the 2008 Israel. It's like something handbook. Oh my gosh, I hate that I can't think of what it is right now. Oh man, somebody might know what I'm talking about. It is escaping me. Oh my gosh. It is also another really good read. And the reason why it's such a good read is because it is basically the handbook. It's like the Hasbara handbook of when in 2008 they decided to change, they basically have a massive overhaul of the rhetoric surrounding their actions. And it's an overhaul in the way to basically make the war and make it seem like what is actually happening with Israel, not about the territory, but about the terror. And I wonder if I have it in my debate. There's this very specific one, and it was written by a American who was like a former advertiser. Actually, it's like two guys actually worked on it, and I believe they're both American. Man, it's been a minute. I had it. I knew it very well when I was covering the debate, when I was going to do the debate with Chuck. I might be able to find it. Oh man, No, it's a very specific one actually. I'm gonna find this because you guys need to know this. Like debate. There's a debate note. Is it this one? Hold on, everybody. It's coming up. Okay. So here's, man, this is gonna be massive. I'm trying. It's one of these. Was it the Hezbollah handbook? No, right here. This is what okay, right here. The Luntz report. The Israel's Project, it's 2009. I kept thinking 2008 for some reason. 2009 Global Language Dictionary. Let me actually pull this up and show you guys this. I can also share this to people if they want this. It's a massive document. So this is what it is. Pages are going to be hard to see here. But the Luntz report, and the reason why it's called the Luntz report, and again, from what I understand, Frank Luntz specifically was an American. I do believe, I don't know if he was Jewish, but he was an American. He was like an advertiser, marketer, and he specifically was brought on to, for his marketing and language skills, for his rhetoric skills, for the way to kind of change. And specifically, it was like a PR type thing, right? Like, get your best PR, how to best handle your PR. It's a really, 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 really good source, especially because in the 2009 era, it's talking and giving all these instructions of like how you need to talk about Hamas, how you need to talk about the terrorism, and you can see this, and it's like it's an explanation. It's showing you how people get their right words at work. Quote: "We know that the Palestinians deserve leaders who will care about the well-being of their people and who do not simply take hundreds of millions of dollars in assistance from America and Europe, put them in Swiss bank accounts, and use them to support terror instead of peace. The Palestinians need books, not bombs. They want roads, not rockets." And so that's like this top section here. But all of this, it's a guidebook. They hire an American to explain all these chapters. 25 rules for effective communication, glossary of words that work, how to talk about Palestinian self-government and prosperity, isolating Iran-backed Hamas as an obstacle to peace, the language of tackling a nuclear Iran, Gaza, Israel's right to self-defense, peace, the central message, settlements, Jerusalem, loan guarantees, security funds, the United Nations, talking about Arab Israel's, the whole thing. And it is written in a very specific way that is meant to be a Hezbollah guidebook. No, don't say this, say this. No, don't say this, say this. And the very specific broad theme of it was specifically that they wanted to tell these Israelis, tell these guys, don't make this about terror or territory. Make it about terror. Yeah. But really good book. And I should probably do a long stream on all of this stuff because there's so much here. So many different documents, so many different things that I even forgot about that I even had in here. Things from like CENTCOM reports back in like 2010, the Oslo Peace Accords, BB's Hot Mike's comments about them back in 1993. There's so much in here that you could just honestly just like dive in and really get a full picture of. I probably should go one by one on the stream one day. That'd be a good stream idea. But back to this, back to Trump, and we're guessing yes, no. Is this theater of war? Is it not? Is this theater? Is this bread and circuses, or is this real?
My deal, they can't have a nuclear. They get blown up. If they have a nuclear weapon, they get blown up. In his deal...
Yeah, the meticulous documentation. Yeah. Too many receipts now.
And in all fairness to Bibi, I remember very well, Bibi came to Washington and begged Obama not to make that deal. And Obama was on the side of Iran, not Israel. And he made the deal. That deal was a disaster. I terminated that deal. And if I didn't terminate, and was very tough after the termination, and if I didn't do that, Howard knows better than anybody. If I didn't terminate that deal, I believe that Israel wouldn't be here right now. And the second one was what we did with respect to the nuclear dust, as I call it, right?
Yeah, the Protocols of Elders. I didn't watch Harrison's video. I do have it bookmarked to watch and throw it on later on when I'm like just chilling. But the protocols I've also covered as well too in the bigger document I have there as well. But yes, all of it very important. All of it needs to be paying attention to, and you even need to go back even to like, was it Der Judenstaat? Going back and really like Theodor Herzl, looking at some of the reasoning there. Also, too, I think one of the best things actually is very specifically. I don't know what would be the best source of this. Maybe even one of the episodes with Nick and Joel Webbin, but the explanation when Nick breaks down what neocons actually are, that also serves as a very strong reference point for people that kind of meets them where they are. You know, because you go back to some of this older stuff and it's like, well, those people aren't around anymore. Some of those terms aren't around anymore. It's harder to kind of see. But with the neocons, you can reflect upon and explain their existence because neocons are still around. At least the term and the rhetoric is still utilized. But instead of people viewing neocons as just this as a war hawk, which again, those are two different things. They'll now have the perception of, oh, neoconservatives, new conservatives, oh, just a bunch of Jews who moved over to the Republican side because their single-handed support for Israel, their monolithic support for Israel, in the response to like the USSR, and obviously the actions that were ongoing between Egypt and Syria, and there was somebody else I do believe back in like the Yom Kippur War. Very important. And let me reconnect the power chat. Looks like House AI broke it. I'm going to blame him this time. Once an hour. Telling you guys, once an hour, dude. Literally. We're at an hour and 2 minutes into the stream. It is almost to the dot how often it is doing this. It's kind of crazy. I feel like nobody else has these problems either. Anyways. But yes, House makes a good point. It's in the Discord if anybody wants to read it. I'm going to probably take some time. I need to go through Tinfoil Hat and probably pin some things. But House might have even put it in the mandatory watch list. That's also another good channel we have in there too. So we try to keep an active source. It's really it's House who's putting a lot of this stuff in there too. And I know some of you other guys have contributed as well, but definitely feel free to explore the Discord. There's a lot of good bits in there. Power chat is black. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And the Iceman says there were Bolsheviks kicked out of Russia by Stalin. That's why they're obsessed with Russia, Ukraine. Their people hold 1,000-year grudges. It's true too. This like kind of like this permanent victimhood mentality, and also too specific that there's like this. It was like the rhetoric as well, you know, because the neoconservatives came from the left, and so these neoconservatives, by all accounts, are literally like liberal for the most part on everything beyond like how they would be willing to go to war. I mean, really, just they are liberals. They're only conservative because of the conservative willingness to defend and protect the state of Israel. More often than not, from the evangelical backing and the grassroots efforts, also from blackmail. But what you look at there is it was some of the rhetoric that they were reacting to, and some of that rhetoric was it was like something to the effect of like no tolerance for Zionism, or like Zionism is I can't remember what they were pushing back then, but it was something to that effect. And the way that these leftists view it is like, well, if Zionism is being compared to like racism or being compared to like, you know, transphobia, right, or homophobic or things like that, the average liberal goes, well, those things shouldn't exist. But if they put Zionism in there, that transitory property goes, so Zionism doesn't deserve to exist. And then that's when you get this reaction. That's when you get they all kind of flood over, because that was the rhetoric that was being pushed, which was, you know, Zionism should not be tolerated, as in like it should just not even exist. And that's why you get this extreme kind of left-wing reaction to that, because they're like, that's not Zionism. You don't understand, yada yada.
We blew it up. The mountain collapsed on top. You can't get to it. And they were 2 weeks away from having a nuclear weapon. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it on Israel, and I hate to say it, and probably the rest of the Middle East, because they had all those missiles aimed at the Emir, at Saudi Arabia, at UAE, at Kuwait, at Bahrain. I mean, the biggest surprise in this whole thing, I didn't think you guys would. I thought he would aim at Israel. But he didn't aim at Israel, much less. He aimed at your countries. And actually, that was a mistake for them because it brought us, these countries, in particular the 5 countries, it brought us, I mean, he even hit Turkey once. I never understood it. Nobody's going to understand it. That's the problem. They're totally irrational people.
So looks like he goes back to back into trash in Iran. Looks like he's just kind of just talking. He's just kind of following and like befuddling the words and moving along. It's getting out there. Yeah, this end just babbles. I thought the same thing. He's just going on and on and on. And to go back to that too, like, we have people like Nick. Nick was talking about some of his like people who would talk to the president, right? He would talk to the president. I know people may maybe make fun of that. But regardless, I trust him. Was saying that many of the experiences have went from this environment is toxic, winning, winning, winning. Everybody's winning, 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 right? To it looks like most people's reactions and interactions with Trump are now, this is just a stupid old man. This is just a sad old man. So how much of that you want to put in there? How much of his actual, Trump's health is also playing a role in this too? I think is something that's also maybe an underviewed element, an underviewed angle, if you will. But continuing on from here, Huckabee did break rank as well. I don't know if anybody had seen that either. I did catch I think a 30-second clip, and you had Huckabee breaking ranks who said the opposite. Huckabee said without Israel, the United States wouldn't exist. And so Huckabee's doing his, his typical, he's bouncing on it, he's glazing it, he's spinning around. He's sliding down the pole over there in Tel Aviv. And that was, again, like, this is going to be these immediate reactions. And it's kind of wild to see that this is the reactions like a day in. So imagine how much more angry these people will be as it continues, as it begins to kind of set in, and as they acknowledge and realize, again, if it's the path that follows, that the United States is basically, and like we said yesterday, is going to basically be enforcing Iran's demands on the United States on Israel, which comes across as the United States is backing up Iran in defending Hezbollah and their activities in Lebanon. So to many people there in Israel, this is a betrayal, right? And I think that's the angle to pay attention to there too, is that's what they're viewing this as. Hence why the massive fall of support. This isn't like there's some understanding to it, or maybe this. It's like, no, it's like this is a betrayal. Trump has betrayed us. This is how the average Jew, the average Israeli is feeling right about now, about the overall, what's going on. And I want to put this up on the screen just so you guys can see it. But yes, it's from Red Pill Media. Support for Trump and Israel has completely flipped in the last 3 weeks. You can see 3 weeks ago, 58% positive, 35% negative. It is now nearly completely flipped with only 38% positive now and 61% negative. Massive, massive swing there. From a plus 23 to a minus 23 in a matter of 3 weeks. And kind of crazy too, because you go and think about like how much, not even just but like how much Trump has done for these people. And when it was like the United States is on the verge of like, we can't drag this war out any further before it really starts devolving into something really radically insane and chaotic. Israel goes, these disgusting betrayers, they're no better than Hamas, and I've seen some of these comments from these people too. It's disturbing, it's detached, but I would expect no less. And hopefully as well, this serves as a wake-up call for these people to stop, to just simply stop, to get off your knees. It's kind of what I think all the time too. Like, it's kind of like when I say really often, I'm thinking of what my average response is to the average like guy who's still in MAGA, the average like, pro-Israel person. It's like, can you get off your knees? You're an American. Why are you on your knees? Can you please, you don't have to unzip the pants, put the belt buckle back on, stand up. Like, you don't have to do this. This is actually kind of pathetic, pitiful, shameful. I do hope this serves as a wake up call. At the same time though, given where we are and the access to information, I also find it really hard to believe that anybody's true positions will be changing that much because when you think about the amount of time the average person has on top of the spread of information, the quickness to it, the way the internet just functions nowadays, you know, politics became pop culture. There's also a part of me that goes, I don't really think that there's that many people who don't, outside of normies. I think the normies are still a tappable audience. Pause. But it's the people who are in the know. It's like, we're not going to really be changing many of their opinions, are we? Right? It's like, I think everybody who's participating is pretty set in stone for where they are. I don't expect too much of a walk away campaign, if you will, from these people. If you're asking me, that is. So that was it for, oh yeah, and then there was another thing too. So moving away from Israel, and I think more is to be seen as well. I think, again, we're all kind of in a position of a wait and see what other events are occurring. And we'll also begin to react to some stuff on the timeline here by walking through some of the rest of the things that I was able to pay attention to. This one stuck out to me as well. This is from AF Post. That Bongino and Patel, specifically Bongino, were furious with Bondi, less so with Wiles, over their handling of the Epstein files, the Epstein saga. And again, as it was reported that Bongino and Susie Wiles were having a screaming match. But now it appears that it was not Bongino angry with Wiles, but Bongino angry with Pam Bondi, and either A, taking it out on Wiles, or Wiles trying to tell him to shed it. But he goes on, Bongino lamented that he could face serious reputational damage, and he did, and it's never recovering, because of Bondi's theatrics and the admin not disclosing Epstein information. Bongino relented and stayed on board to support Trump only for Bondi's missteps to become worse, exemplified by the Epstein file binders before resigning. And truth be told, Bongino did some damage to himself as well, but I would agree, obviously, the overall optics of that is terrible. And think about that. Not there anymore, just got bought, used to be AG, now being brought back on for like some AI board. Shouldn't even be there, and shouldn't even be in this country. It's like, what a crazy shot of your administration. And it's like, none of these people should be there. Every single one of them do not deserve to hold a position of power. What do you make of that, though? But very interesting, because again, I think it does point a line there, though, that there clearly was something much deeper on Bongino's side. And you got to think too, like, was that really what Dane Bongino was having a screaming match with? Was that he's going to take reputational damage for it? Or do you think that there may have been something a bit deeper than that? Because if it was just reputational damage, it's like, bro, you should have just quit then. You know what I mean? Would that not have been the best thing for him to do? Is just to resign and be like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like if that was actually how you thought, Dan, then you should have said, like, step down, 10 toes down, and been like, I don't care how much I support Trump. He's like, I am not taking flack for this because you guys won't get your shit together. Would have immediately overcome any reputational damage, and people would have supported him. They'd be like, dude, thank you, Bongino. It's like, sorry it didn't go well, sorry it didn't go how you wanted to, but we're glad you stood by your guns, and you tried, you did your best. It didn't do that. So like, I'm sorry, like I'm still sitting here going like, I really don't believe it. I do think that there was probably something much more going on there. And you also look at this as this like, and think about this too, like, how does this make sense then that this is getting leaked out now, but Pam Bondi's being brought back in to fill another position? It's like, this bitch should be in the kitchen somewhere. At the very minimum, she could be working McDonald's. Why is she anywhere close? Why is any woman, okay, for that matter, why is any woman near anything beyond kitchen utensils and a sink? Right? Like that's real. But like, in the context of this, she has been, I would even wager more than Kash Patel, that she had been an absolute eyesore and stain on the administration. It's not like I'm rooting for the administration either, but objectively speaking, she has been the worst in optics, period. And she was the AG in Florida who did all that bullshit with Trayvon Martin that still, like, no one talks about for some reason. I find that to be insane. And all this damage, it threatened the rest of the cabinet. It threatened other people inside of there too. But we're going to bring her back on to be on the board of AI because she's like a Silicon Valley PayPal mafia like entrepreneur. Like, no, like, she's just a dumb woman. Why is she even here? It's nonsensical. And if the administration really thought that way, and like they fired her because of the optics, why is she being brought back? None of that makes any sense. They see Boomer eye candy, but I find her not to be. I think if anything, for most people, she's just like, they just don't want her around. You know, when you have the Dow right now, like when you have a literal song made in your honor for how insane that you appeared. Yeah, she needs to be put on the board of AI. And what is it, like AI regulation as well too? She's being put on. Like that's crazy to me. You know, and it's not to say like she's you know, hideous by any means. It's just like, I don't know if that's enough of a reason despite everything else. It's like, just go get Lauren Boebert or something. You know what I mean? Smelly says that hurt my ears. Was it loud? That's crazy. I feel like I'm quiet all the time. It's funny. Yeah, I mean, true, right? She doesn't know anything about anything. I'm sorry if that was loud. I didn't think that'd be that loud. I swear I didn't yell or anything. At least I didn't try to. You know.
Oy vey.
But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? A lot of them are recycled. Have I met the boomer class? Yes. No, I think there is probably a bit of truth to what you're saying, wholeheartedly. I guess I'm thinking of a strategic, like if the administration is weighing, do we want to keep this already privy, already compromised in the Epstein files lady, just because maybe some guys would want to look at her and that would be enough? Or would it be better if we just find another woman and, you know, and bring her in? And who knows? Again, maybe this is just Trump being stupid. Maybe Trump already forgot why he fired her. But here's another crazy story too. I'm gonna bring this to your guys' attention. So now we're just kind of free flowing, we're reacting. I guess I've been free flowing this entire time. But this story about Barry Weiss coming from Tim Dillon is literally crazy. I could not believe it when I saw the first couple bits of it. But supposedly, so what's a full episode here? Okay, about 4.5 minute clip here. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, that's text. I don't know if you guys saw this, but supposedly Barry Weiss has like isolating herself from the rest of her staff, like physically isolating herself on a different floor away from the rest of her staff. Like this is a crazy story. So I just wanted to react to it. And I think I actually might do this screen instead. And I know I might have reset the chat a little bit, but that's okay. Here is this.
Barry Weiss, friend of the show, big fan of Barry as always, and her mission to destroy all life on Earth, sponsored by the Ellison family. Barry is, obviously Scott Pelley left.
Alina Habba. Yeah.
And
she is pretty.
It's a real shakeup. Now, Barry, by the way, if you could look this up, she's ensconced herself in a fort, like on the 6th floor or one of the floors.
That's another good point, too. Joe Kent basically birthed a career out of this, out of his response and the way he walked away.
Barry Weiss is at CBS, and she will not see the staff. Barry Weiss will not go into the staff. She's in a guarded area. She's in a secluded area, like when Dick Cheney was in an undisclosed location in the PIOC. So Barry Weiss, the editor-in-chief of CBS News, has been working out of a secured locked suite on the 6th floor of the CBS Broadcast Center in Manhattan. Her physical isolation from the main newsroom follows a controversial overhaul and staffing cuts at 60 Minutes.
So understand with Barry Weiss basically given the reins here, she's now what appears to be she's isolating herself from the rest of the staff that are still there. Probably because everyone hates her. That everyone's going to probably start talking shit about her, or maybe it's just an extremely toxic environment. And so what she's done is she's still the one that gets to make the decisions, and so she doesn't want to hear anything about it. She's locked herself in the 6th floor of an isolated room away from the rest of her staff. Like, is this not insane? Like, this was crazy. I just caught it from Tim Dillon when I was scrolling on X earlier today. I'm like, this is, I've not heard anything about this.
So Barry Weiss, who took over CBS News and is destroying it. By the way, she'll also soon be running CNN because they're going to buy that too. The Ellisons, I believe, are buying that, and then Barry will run that. Phenomenal. But Barry has now found herself running the newsroom from like a secured location. She's got many security guards because Barry has to be protected from her staff.
She's in this situation room.
What the hell are you doing? And why are you destroying everything? So Barry is being kept in a isolation chamber, a sensory deprivation tank, where she is destroying.
She can't work with the goys. The goyim.
She's been there under a year. Barry's been there under a year, and she's so far, okay? She's been there for under a year. She is no longer, she's in solitary. They've put her in solitary. She cannot be in general.
I'm locked up. Won't let me
with the gangs on the yard. So Barry, in less than a year, has found herself in solitary confinement at CBS. You know you are doing a good job in an institution when you are afraid of your staff. You know you are. The mark of a great boss is to be ushered into a building with security and then ushered out again like the president.
That's what she's doing in there.
Killing it.
She's doing some rituals.
Job when you are afraid to face the people whose lives you are ruining. So because of this great job that she's doing from her isolation chamber on the 6th floor, they have decided.
It's crazy.
And for no other reason than her performance, for no other reason than Barry's performance, she's being elevated to the head of CNN. Get that up. Barry Weiss will be overseeing editorial at CNN. Now, you might say, oh,
that's
I'm living in a bad dream. No, you're not. You're living at the end. Yahoo, here you go. Go up a little bit. Barry Weiss, within weeks, I'm sorry, hold on. Go up just a little bit. There you go. Okay, The Hill, not Yahoo. What am I talking about? Yahoo. It's The Hill. Barry Weiss expected to extend takeover to CNN once the Warner Brothers Paramount deal, which they've just finalized. So Barry Weiss.
Yeah, I mean, he's spot on here. Like, that makes sense, right? You're doing such a good job at CBS that you're physically isolating yourself away from the rest of your staff because it's either gotten so toxic or they hate you so much you can't do anything beyond. If you're around them, you're getting yelled at. you're getting a mouthful, if you will. Pause. They saw that and they're like, "Hey, dude, come on over and run CNN. Get on over here. Get on over here. Run this for us too." Just like that makes no sense at all.
Will now be running CNN. Now, here's the question. What bunker will they build her at CNN from which to run?
That's good.
Or will she run CNN from the bunker that they have built from her at CBS? Or, here's another thought. Do they build an location, an off-site bunker, like a nuclear silo, several stories underground where she will destroy both?
They put her in Stargate Command. They send her 35 floors underneath the Earth's surface. No, they pair up with Mark Zuckerberg and Rick Ross. She's in the tunnel somewhere between Rick Ross's and Mark Zuckerberg's bunker out down in Florida somewhere. That's crazy.
That works from that. What is the most efficient and safest play for her? I don't know.
That's crazy. And you know other way they're going to spin this too? They're not going to spin this about how insane it is that she's doing all of this. They're going to get Fox News. Fox News is going to be whipping it out going, guys, the anti-Semitism. You guys, the anti-Semitism here. Barry Weiss having to hide? Oh my gosh, these Jew haters. Like that's, they're going to find a way to spin it. That like she's like under attack or something like that. But just insane. I mean, like it just like blew me away just seeing this story. I'm like, holy crap. Is this not like a sign that like people need to be paying attention? Like And the story like this doesn't leave you either. It's because it's so insane. It's so crazy. Oh, Barry Weiss. Oh, the lady who had to hide in a bunker from her staff. She had to isolate herself in a room on the 6th floor because the rest of everybody wanted to give her a piece of their mind. They're like, yeah, you fired them, but you can't fire all of us. Someone's got to run CBS. Crazy. So remember that. You see something from CBS, you see something from CNN in the near future. Remember where it's coming from. Remember who the journalists are taking to the editor before release. Remember that. None other than Barry Weiss. Here's another one. This is a little crazy. So this is Whoopi Goldberg. We're watching The View, guys. Next up, 2 hours nonstop of The View on the loop. We have this here. JD Vance was actually a part of The View earlier this morning. And it's like a weird segment here because I'm not a fan of anybody on either side. They're all enemies. It's a shame. Not everybody can lose. But Benny Johnson clipped this earlier. And you guessed it. What about the black people? You guessed it. That's the question everyone's been asking for. When are we going to stop this white supremacist country? That's the question. The question is, it's like the only way that America heals and houses become affordable is we all have to ask ourselves, what are we not doing for black women? Remember, if we can just help the black woman, the world becomes a better place. If we help, and that's what Jasmine Crockett was telling me the other day. She said, we would have never gotten war in Iran had white people just thought. She was very specific about that. Not anyone else. It was just the white people. If we would just have thought more about the plight of black women and black mothers, then we would have never bombed Iran. And you go, oh my goodness, I never even thought about it that way. So guys, in order to save this country, remember,
Capo the Hung sent $5. I love ham and cheese hot pockets.
Capo the Hung. What is this?
Fuck you, nigger. I own you, little bitch. You can't play this game, man. Get out of the tank, and then let's see who wins. I'm like #1 in support, so I'll kill you, faggot.
This guy,
Yeah,
dude.
get out the tank next time, and then let's see who will win, you little
This
faggot.
guy. Okay. All right. Everybody having fun now? Everyone having fun now? I appreciate the 5. Hey, that video's on YouTube, isn't it? So I think you can only send in videos that are on YouTube. Hey, dude, if that's allowed on YouTube, dog, should be no problems here. Hey, yeah, but W for the power chat. That is Capo the Hung, everybody. That's what we call him around here. Mr. Hung Master 3000. Thank you for the fine, brother. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. That's crazy, dude. Okay, listen, guys. I saw it coming. Listen, I saw Xbox live chat going into the messages. I knew what it was, dude. I knew what it was, and I didn't have the strength to stop it. I had to hear it, dude. I had to hear it for myself to know what it was. But once we knew, we turned the volume down. Because we, perfect timing too, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Hey, we're concerned about the plight of black women. Capo. Come on now. That's funny though.
What did black people
Thank you for the fine, brother. Appreciate it.
to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is.
We were free people once.
You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information.
That's right, dude. You're so right. I was concerned about America, but then I saw all the Emmett Till stuff for the 5th millionth time in my life. And I thought, what's going on here, dude? Stop all that. dude, Emmett Till was like, dude, it was, dude, when was Emmett Till? 100, dude, we're like, what, it's like over 100 years ago, right? That was like 1800s too. We're talking, was it 41? No, I'm thinking of Nat Turner. That's why I thought of that. Nat Turner was back in like the 1800s, like late 1800s. Emmett Till though. Why were we talking about Nat Turner the other day? Oh yeah, because that black dude threatened the other white guy. I'm gonna Nat Turner you. That's why. I was like, why was that in my head? It's like fresh in my head. Anyways, Whoopi, the leader, the woman who will save us all. And guys, this is an important part. We need to listen to more black women. When I think about politics, I think of it in the framing of how can we get more white men to listen to black women?
Of black heroes. How do you?
I can't even keep up with it.
How does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was Emmett Till was the kid.
Yeah.
No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know.
You hear the audience boo.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. You know, where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened, all kinds of stuff happened, and it seems that it has been.
What's crazy is like even for JD, as willing as he is to go, oh, I love black people. I have like 10 black friends. Even he's like confused. he's like, listen, lady, I'm race cucked, and I still don't know what you're talking about. That's how bad this is. JD's like, listen, Whoopi, I'm as race cucked as anybody. But he's like, but what are you talking about? I thought that was crazy. Hey, we're getting rated by Rhetorically. That's nice. What's up, man?
Very easy for this administration to remove that and also to denigrate.
Hey, WK Raid, perfect timing.
Black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, I mean.
Dude, he can't even do it. He can't do it. He can't do it. He heard black people working their ass off, and he's like the inner white man in him is like, he's, you know, it's like the Green Goblin mask. Say it. Say it.
Harrison Ortega just subscribed on YouTube.
W, thank you for the subscription. Dude, look at his face here. This can't be missed.
Off to get this American dream. How do you, I mean, you know better.
That's crazy.
That was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, you know, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen the story.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about black.
Dude, he whole ass was like, well, anyways, and he starts talking to another woman across the other side of the table. Bro, dude, Whoopi goes on for like 2 minutes here, and he's like, anyways.
So, Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, you know,
that's crazy.
The administration is holding back the appointments of.
Well, just subscribed on YouTube.
Subscription, I appreciate it.
Getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled. Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color?
Oh, damn, we got a lot of people in here now.
Because it doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
I think, Sonny, my view.
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country.
Like, dude, I hope do you guys might feel the same as this? But whatever tone of voice this Torta has right here, dude, instantly, she talks, like, people get confused, like, they see the male suicide rates, and they go, like, this is really, like, what's going on? I could play 4 seconds of this woman speaking, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, I never knew. Like, all of a sudden it makes sense. Dude, terrible, terrible tone of voice, dude.
all but
MGO
3.
just subscribed on YouTube.
Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it.
First of all, I'm very skeptical of that number because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But Whoopi, let me just give you...
It's expected.
Okay, so...
This answer, I should say, from JD.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Fair.
Don't start.
Oh, that's right. That dude, no, this is a great example. This is that politeness from black people, that hardworking.
I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Be fair.
Don't start any stuff
All
with
right,
me,
okay,
man. Don't
all right.
get me in trouble.
Damn. Dude, is Whoopi Goldberg threatening the vice president of the United States? Bro, she's about to do closed palmed, like start pointing at him. That's crazy.
I misinterpreted your question,
That's
but
all right.
let me answer your actual question there. What I'm saying, I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. One of the most...
JD, she just wants you to say, yes, racism bad. That's all she wants, dude. You have to know this. Don't sit here and waffle around a little bit and play. But it's just crazy because it's like he's race cocked. He's married to an Indian woman. And it's just sad watching him like meander here. And he can't even look her in the eyes too. Like he keeps looking with this other chick. Well, anyways, let me take this conversation over here.
The blackest, by share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
Why does the crime? Where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is about
women lost their jobs.
Dude, bro, he's like, I'm gonna look over here.
This is not about crime. This is about
lost their jobs.
JD, what's over there? I think I can see it. It's this way. Dog, he's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do.
Right. This is about
Sonny,
rights.
what you're saying is we got to do more.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he did?
Black history is not erased from
true.
public
Guys,
spaces.
we
That is
get
not.
too wrong when we get.
Dude, would that not, like, that would win him the presidency wholeheartedly. JD like looks at the camera and he was like, hey, this one's chimping out.
Yeah, but guys, I'm telling you, we celebrate Black history.
I'd be weeping, dude.
In this administration, you guys might be skeptical of this, but I promise you,
I have to go to break. Anna, God, please, we have more with Vice President J.D. Vance when we come back.
That's crazy. I'm surprised she didn't start just jumping up and down. Probably just because she's a bit older, but dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, no worries. I've been reached out to by a lot of people. I think YouTube has been unsubscribing people from my channel. John Ward messaged me the other day and said he got unsubbed from the channel, and that expect this to happen because it happened to him once. It is what it is. What Indian did I make mad now? Don't care. Don't care. Go back to your country. This is my country. Deal with it. No, who, dude? That was enough. That 4 minutes of a black woman speaking is enough. Lord have mercy, dude. You almost need to take a break. All right, everybody, take 5. We'll be right back. Just kidding. I just thought it was funny. I mean, I thought that was that was good, dude. I was expecting worse. Wholeheartedly, I was expecting much worse than that. And that's kind of where we were at with this. I guess we're going back to the timeline. For everybody who's recently joined, actually, this is like probably the most free flowing I've been in a long time. Typically, I have a lot more stuff prepared, but I was watching the daughter all day today. Didn't have much of a chance. And Dick Farmer says it doesn't matter if it unsubscribes me. I'm a stalker. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Harrison says, fun fact, saw him playing golf once at the Isleworth Country Club. That's interesting. Av 616 says we have Black History Month because everyone knows one of their insecurities is their limited historical significance. So we did that to nurse this insecurity. Yeah. But give him the whole year at this point if it makes him stop shooting me. Or shooting people, I should say. Cost something like $250K to join Alworth CC. That's interesting. I've heard of that too. It was I worked at a country club in Columbus not too long ago. Well, it's been long ago now. But when I was in college, it would have been like 2015, 2016. I worked at a country club or golf club that was one of the ones that was in the PGA Tour without giving too much or was previously in a PGA Tour. I don't know if it's in a current rotation or not. And it was something to the effect of like you had to pay $80,000 a year to be a member there, and they didn't give you anything. You still had to pay for like your drinks. You still had to pay for your tea times. You still had to pay for your dinner. Like it gave you nothing beyond access to the club. It's like, to me, that was a whole different world. Like I came from the boonies, like I came from cornfields surrounded everywhere. And you wake up in the morning and it's just a matter of, does it smell like chicken shit or cow shit, right? And I go and I see that. And it didn't last very long. I think I told this story before. I had a guy who's on my ass about having to because I was new there. It was like my third or fourth day there. And basically I had one guy tell me it's really easy to do it by numbers. It's really easy to do it by, writing up, just get the number down, or you can get their first and last name. You can search the system either way. That's how it kind of works. It's like they don't give you their card because they're already in the system. So what you do as the server or as the bartender, you just basically put in, and then it sends them an invoice. It charges that to their card. And this guy, I remember it clear as day. After I took the order at this table, it was like one of the only ones I even ever had, because I trained the first couple of days and was finally on the floor. This guy grabs me by the shoulder while I'm at the POS thing, like putting it in. He grabs me by the shoulder, spins me around, and like gets in my face, like with his finger pointing at me. And he's like, who do you think you are just asking for membership numbers? Do you think you're going to go anywhere in life by not making connections to people like me and the men at this table? Dude, like literally in my face saying like, and I'm just like, I literally just sat there and I was like, is there anything else you need? Like, I didn't even know how to respond beyond like, I am not giving you an inch of ground on this. And then he said something else to the effect. And, I was like, it looks like you guys need a new server then, don't you? Cause I would never do that. And F you. And the F you was, it was maybe a little too far. Especially like on the job, regardless, whatever. I don't really care about it. And, so the guy just like, I'm just gone. I'm like, okay, see you later, dude. I'm not doing this anymore. He more than likely was Jewish. I never got to know any of them, but like, holy shit. Like, I'm like, 4-digit number or searching for Joel McCringleberry on the POS. It's like, bro, just give me your 4-digit number so I can ring this in and get to the other table. I'm like, I'm not doing that. No way. But anyways, yeah, that's story time. They're at the country club. There's not that many in Ohio, I will say that, as far as I know, but they're of the ones that are in Columbus are really nice. And I think there's 3 of them in Columbus. The one I was working at was actually off of a nearby Riverside Drive, which is actually a prominent road in the area. But that's as far as I'm doxing. No more. Just kidding. I think everybody knows where I live now at this point. And breaking, Alex Jones says Kash Patel and the FBI staged the alleged UFC White House terror attack plot. I did not see this. What are the odds? What are you guys thinking? Staged terror attack? I know you guys asked me this earlier. I also do have to agree, something about it was very fishy, just off. The timing of it, coincidental. False flag? Yeah, get over yourself, McCringleberry. I don't know what his name was, but it was something crazy. I know, I could have been a part of this administration had I just gotten on my hands and knees for the Jews. Had I walked myself like a dog, perhaps I would have been chosen. I too could have served the Jews. Merely Reed says, never heard about this. Yeah, I guess we can pull up a story. Or just search for it. Terror White House drone. You can find the story. This is from 8 hours ago. This is from Fox News. I didn't see anything about it beyond what was just pushed on X, but it looks like this is the second one. I'm going to bookmark that just to remember it. But they did release, I only saw one image so far of one guy, actually. And he looked terrible. He literally looked awful. I mean, he looked like when they bring up the Appalachia documentaries and they're talking about all of the maybe less fortunate individuals who have less fortunate genetics. It's like that's what you end up getting is a guy like that. But then again, Edgar here, he ain't looking too good himself.
Images. The first image I believe that we're going to show is a rifle that belonged to her son, according to authorities. The other is a screen grab, several screen grabs showing aerial images and maps of the Washington, D.C. area and discussing where snipers possibly would be related to the White House. This is all evidence that is posted on an official court docket right now.
Well, I'll tell you the first thing that always is that comes to mind is I always pay attention to how quickly is evidence being put on screen. If it's very quickly, I find it to be less believable compared to as the things where evidence doesn't come to the TV screen immediately, such as like Thomas Crooks or Epstein, or I mean, you could go down the line. So for the fact that this was like almost near immediate, strike one.
Official government document. But I will say,
I've never fired an AUG.
Propper's mother called police.
I would like to, though.
She was concerned about his purchases and communications with people online. It then led them to conversations that he allegedly had with someone named Brian Roa and Michael Thomas in Southern California. They appeared yesterday before a federal judge. We're also told that there is a suspect in Nebraska and one in Missouri as well. So what we're being told here, Kaylee and everyone on the couch, is that this alleged plot consisted of a plan to have drones that were actually armed with some type of firepower go and attack buildings around the White House. And once people left, they were going to have snipers nearby attacking some of the people leaving. This was a serious plot. The FBI, the Secret Service investigating this right now. And as you heard, the deputy director of the Secret Service right there say that they believe there are more people out there. Right now, though, 5 people facing these charges. And
yeah, he doesn't say how many, but like I saw something that said over 20 people. It was like upwards of 20 people were suspected of being involved in this or privy to the information beforehand. I mean, that's just kind of insane. This is the FBI says it foiled an alleged terror plot targeting the Sundays, the UFC, whatever. 5 suspects are in custody. Coordinated attack involving explosive-filled drones aimed at buildings in the venue. So they had drones and sniper rifles. Yeah. But what was the reason? What did they say the motive was? What was the motive? That's an important thing here. Have they said at all what the motive is? Would it not be insane if it was like, we have to go do this because Trump's working for Israel? Then that would be crazy. I don't know if I'd be able to believe it at all at that point. Yes, this is what I saw. I must have saw it from Eric Daughtry. A network of nearly 24 suspects identified with 5 in custody. Like, that's a lot of people. You know, that seems like way too many people. Oh, wow. So Josh tried to put on a disguise. It didn't work. And we have, Hilton Head Groyper over here too? Just kidding. South Carolina guys were part of this too. Here's 2 more photos. I didn't see these. I only saw the really unsightly white dude. Not this one, but the big one who had the beard. Interesting. Oh, dude. And there it is. There it is. Look at this from Laura Loomer. Quote, a suspect told investigators the goal of the attack was to target capitalist elites, billionaires, and politicians who received money from the AIPAC lobby, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Would you not? Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? But anyways, the capitalist elites and billionaires has a bit of a Antifa ring to it, though. Dude, fuck Laura Loomer, dude. Fuck Laura Loomer. I said last year, the goal of the woke Reich is to incite Groypers like individuals to assassinate. Loomer can get fucked, dude. They're trying it again. That's why he's involved. People, bro. What else is on this? Michael Allen Thomas told investigators. So, and one of these guys snitched, by the way. That's why we have a lot of this information. One of these guys snitched. I don't remember which one it was, but one of these dudes snitched. He believed the U.S. government was run by elites who sacrifice and eat children, was tied to Jeffrey Epstein and protected by President Trump. There was a signal chat. Authorities say signal chats contained discussions about the alleged plot, including maps of the event and suggested sniper positions, and that rifles and ammunition were recovered during the investigation. Oh no, he's not from Ohio. This says he's a California man, Michael Allen Thomas. Feds say he admitted he believes the U.S. government is run by elite who sacrifice and eat children, had involvement with Epstein, and are protected by Trump. So that's different than what Loomer just put there. What does the affidavit say? What's it say down here? Right down here. Thomas indicated that he believes that the U.S. government is run by an elite group of individuals who sacrifice and consume infants, who also are deeply involved with Jeffrey Epstein and are now protected by Trump. Places some of the responsibility of this corruption of government with Jewish people and blames them and Israel for our current world that reigns. So this isn't even just like Groyper, this is like Groyper adjacent as well. This is like Candace Owens fans, basically anybody who holds that belief. They're going to be used to, they're going to paint them in this light. At least it would have seemed that way. This is why they couldn't do the FOIA request for Candace Owens. They're like, we can't do this request right now. We're too busy building a false flag. Hold on. We'll do that later. Right now we're making a false flag for Israel. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, there are people in custody. But that's going to be the thing, right? How many people are in custody and how many actually get charged? And are we about to see another Gretchen Whitmer case where the other 19 actually were FBI agents in a Discord server pushing the other 5 to go do it? Like, is that what this is going to be? I would not be surprised if that was the direction it went. It's actually like, that's why there's so many people involved. It's because they took 20 FBI agents to get these guys to do something this stupid in the first place. These screenshots are wild, though. Can I zoom in on this? What does this say? This is the best action I see. Position your teams in the purple dots. Counter sniper. This has to be bullshit, dude. These are all roads. They'll pick you up here. Read the docs or mission briefing posted above. Hey, yo, what's that name? Hey, yo, what is that name? Bro. Who? What? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, dangerous. Dangerous. That seems like bullshit to me, dude. That just seems like absolute bullshit to me. I'm sorry. I'm inclined to believe that if you were going to do something like this, you're not going to be straight up like, these look like text messages too, by the way. Maybe they're not. Maybe it is Signal. That's crazy. What is the guy's name? Uh-oh. Man, is that why the FBI is calling me this morning? Just kidding. That was a joke. Yeah. Yeah, so SSB saw. That's crazy, dude. What? Like, what even with that? Why? I'm kind of wishing I didn't zoom in on the image at all. Those in custody are American citizens, and there is no foreign nexus believed to be at play. Interesting. Correction. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. I was right. Phone and weapon photos are from a separate defendant, a 19-year-old Ohio man named Tyson Proper, also arrested by the FBI. According to the complaint, Proper allegedly spent $3,000 of his graduation money to purchase lots of ammunition, guns, extra magazines, and other things of the alleged attack. Had quit his job to meet up with the people he had met online to conduct missions and recons. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't believe that they're talking about it like this. I can't. Maybe they are. Maybe they were full-blown LARPing. I don't know. Fed said that Proper's, so it's Tyson Proper, mother made the initial call to police when she became concerned about his activities. Then the wider web and plot was discovered. So, like, was concerned about her son. What kind of mom, because her son buys a gun, it's like, I gotta call the police now. Had recently met random people online, been planning recons. So you tell me that the kid straight up is just like telling his mom and dad, like, hey, well, this is what we're doing. We're doing missions and we're doing recons and we're doing some snipings. Bro, what? Yeah, this is my reaction. Like, who are the... I don't think it's dorks. It's just like, it just reads as being fake. It just reads like bullshit. Everything disclosed is consistent with another elaborate FBI honey chat. Oh, Governor Whitmer. That's what I just said too, dude. That's why we're... Who are the other 19 guys? We're waiting. They have all of this. He's so willing to talk about, you know, all these other people, but they don't have other suspects, you know. I'm sorry. The government's lied to me too much. I can't believe anything. Fishback. Hey, Fishback. Let's get our back fished. You guys know what I mean? You guys ever just be getting your back fished? Lay it on me, Fishback. What are we doing?
Governor DeSantis, thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the need for a debate between the candidates running for governor. It shouldn't be controversial. It isn't for you, for me, or for the 23 million people who call Florida home, but it is for the establishment class who wants to
really be your own people.
Great work, great progress that you and your wife have fought so hard to deliver for us. While the Republican Party of Florida is not doing a debate, the good news is that the local CBS affiliate is officially hosting a debate on July 15th at the University of North Florida with an audience to be broadcast to the entire state.
Interesting. So they're hosting a new form of a debate on the 14th of July. Seeming because Byron Donalds refused to debate. Byron Donalds is doing the Joe Biden strategy. I can win if I just straight up disappear. You know, it's like the meme. He's like, and then he fades out. He just disappears. Fishback's running by himself against the machine. It's like the classic case of it's like John Henry. It's Fishback up against some thing, some entity, some machine. It's crazy.
I've been invited, Congressman Donalds has, Speaker Renner, and Lieutenant Governor Collins as well. And it's time to decide who will step up, who will take tough questions, and who will actually be able to compare their policies, their platform, their vision side by side in a hope to win over the trust of voters to secure their vote on August 18th. I do think, though, there should be one change to the July 15th.
The glasses are trippy, too, by the way.
I'm calling formally on
the inner white lens.
Jack's affiliate in Jacksonville to formally extend an invitation to Governor Ron DeSantis to serve as the sole moderator for the July 15th debate. Who is more qualified, prepared, and more fair to moderate a debate on who will succeed him as Florida's next governor than the current governor of Florida? My hope is that invitation will be extended and that Governor DeSantis will be able to accept it.
I also like everybody. I upgraded my camera, and then all of a sudden a month later, Nick's like, you know what I'll do? How about I get a 12K 4,000 bajillion P video camera? And it's like, damn, dude, now I'm looking, now it's back to me being on, back to shooting with a potato. No, anyways. You know, it's like the camera quality on this video is insane too.
Let's put on a historic debate to decide the future of the greatest state in the union.
Yeah, beige frames. I mean, they're trippy to say the least. It's like that inner white really is doing something. I'm getting active. It's activating something in me.
Reed sent $5, Bryony. I know you are, and please watch before your fish back.
If your smoke detector alarm is beeping randomly for no apparent reason, here's what you can do to fix the problem. 1. Turn smoke detector counterclockwise and detach it from its base.
Write this down.
2. For your safety, turn off the power supply to the smoke detector's circuit or to the entire house to avoid getting shocked. 3. Disconnect the electrical connector from the smoke detector. 4. Take out the battery from the smoke detector. 5. Press and hold the button for at least 10 seconds. This is going to release all of the residual energy from the capacitors and reset the smoke detector. You may even hear a short beep after you disconnected all of the power sources. And finally, reassemble everything.
I never knew it was that easy. I never knew it was that easy, guys. I think we're good. Too many ceiling birds in here. Too many ceiling birds in here. That is funny though. Appreciate it, Reed. Thank you for the 5, man. I appreciate it. I did write that down, by the way. Shouldn't have to be dealing with anything. We'll get that taken care of. It's all written down. It's all written down on the back of my handy dandy shredded envelope that has a bajillion things written on it. Just throw it away. You don't, dude, why are we teaching them what to do? It's like, no, we should be teaching them the opposite. No, ceiling birds are dangerous. Do you have a ceiling bird in your home? You need to eliminate it immediately. I recommend loading up my Glock. I recommend using a 380 or a 9mm if you have it. Typically, it does take anywhere from 10 to 12 rounds to put the ceiling bird down. If you don't have a firearm at range, you can indeed use a baseball bat. Sometimes it takes anywhere from 10 to 15 swings, but you shall be able to get the ceiling bird eliminated. You know, we should be teaching them that. Don't tell them how to fix it. No. Help them destroy it. Because either way, the sound goes away. That's crazy. That's crazy. Harrison says, remember the black guy who failed the NY teacher's exam and sued? Then when Cena went to his house, the ceiling bird was chirping in the concert. No, I don't. But I'm not surprised right now. I am not surprised. The Chad Champions live right now. That's funny. I don't know. If I was on Kick, I'd be tempted to go over there and see what he's doing. Who knows what's going to be flying out of that stream today, right now, to be honest. He won the lawsuit too? Of course, bro. They heard the ceiling birds and they're like, case closed. Case closed. Ceiling birds win. Hands down. My goodness. Oh my gosh.
DeSantis, thank you for your support.
Dude, I thought somebody was talking to me, dude. I was about to trip out. Said nothing. He won't even say Beardson's name. That's crazy. Well, like Beardson said, beef's over. And if Chud Champion, forgive me, if Chop Champion wants to continue it, I mean, he's just going to get smoked. So I think he's smart enough to recognize to lay down. Lay down. No. I wanted to see if this was real. Did you guys see this? Tell me you guys saw this. Okay, so it's not real. Okay, it's not real. They must have gotten deleted. I've seen so many of these today. Erica Kirk's filed to legally remove Kirk from her last name. Like, I thought like that, dog, that's too on the nose. Like, there's no way. And if it was, it's like, dude, that's just shameless behavior. That's unhinged female behavior. But it's looking like it's not true. It looks like the big posts have already been taken down. Okay. I thought we had something crazy to talk about today, but no. I mean, it's all crazy anyways. You have to be real. Hey, would you look at that? Perfect timing. Power chat. I'm going to hunt down your creators. I'm going to bring them in. I'm going to make them live in my closet for years until they figure out how to fix this bug. I will chain them to the wall. Fix it now. CC confirmed that the face leak was real. Are you banned from chat? Are you banned from watching? Or are you just banned from chat? This is tempting. Nah, dude, I can't do it. It's Erica Tate. Dude, bro. I think I would honestly, I would just log off. I would just say, hey guys, it was a good run. If I saw Erica Kirk with Andrew Tate in any kind of like serious way, obviously it's extremely very far from reality, but that to me would be the sign of like, it's just, there's nothing you can do. Just go with the flow. Just take it. Pause. But no, really, like just take it. Just let it go. Let it flow through you. Let it flow through you. What's with the Andrew Tate and getting BPD women? I think all women are like this. I don't think there's a single exception to the rule. I think they are all just like that. That's why I say just go with the liberal. Because like the liberal women are actually like, they're being honest with you when they're screaming in your face. The conservative ones are just lying to you. They're just doing the whole shit in private. They're just doing the holier than thou. And they'll make you feel terrible about it when you find out that they're doing this stuff too. How dare you? Jesus redeemed me. It's like they're throwing the Bible back in your face. Meanwhile, they haven't submitted to you once in the entire marriage. It's like, bro. It's like, are you trying to get me to raise both of my hands? Do you want to be thrown through a wall? We can get that handled right now. Fist, meet jaw. Let's see. I'm not watching a Hillary Clinton video. Not doing it. I don't care if she's running for president. I'm not watching it. Oh, JD went on with Megyn Kelly. This has been interesting. I didn't see this. So JD Vance just doing the tour today? He's just doing the tour. Black woman, Latina woman, now the white woman.
So look, the coalition that made Donald Trump the President of the United States and JD Vance, the Vice President of the United States, people have to remember this. It was Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. It was also Mark Levin. It was also a lot of people like John Podhoretz who want a more aggressive foreign policy. What I think is important, I'm never going to say... Dude, no. Like, we got to do one more time, everybody. This is crazy. President of the United States. People have to remember this. It was Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. It was also Mark Levin. It was also a lot of people like John Podhoretz who want a more aggressive foreign policy. Yeah, it was. That's what got Trump winning was John Podhoretz. Dude, come on, bro. You know he doesn't believe this. He's just saying this. It's just posturing. I'm never going to say that John Paul. He wanted to. He almost did. He stopped himself. He is. But just as he's disappointed right now, sometimes other people are going to be disappointed at other times. You can't just quit politics because the leader of a country of 330 million people makes a decision you disagree with.
I agree with you. I know a lot of people don't agree with us here. They're very, very angry over the Iran war. It was like their number one issue, and they feel like Trump is not the man they thought he was because he betrayed that promise and didn't explain much.
Megyn Kelly is such a chameleon, dude.
So look, the coalition that...
I'm sorry for all the women that are in here. I think there's maybe 2 of you. I'm sorry. This is why. I mean, this is why you're not allowed to have rights. This is why when I'm in power, you're all going back. You're all going back to the kitchen. Every woman will receive one standard issue apron, and that's it. That's it. No rights. if I catch a woman outside, it's death on sight, dude. Cops fire at will. That's the law. Woman seen outside when I come into power, let it fly. Let it fly. Not happening, dude. No, only sunlight is allowed to be received from the window. Like, obviously, joking. But not really, though. Honestly, that's disgusting for Megyn Kelly. Yeah. She's like, all of those people who were like just up in arms about Trump and that he changed. It's like, Megyn, do you not remember what you just was on about a week ago? you just Grandma Graper, right? Yeah. What? She's like, oh yeah, I was always been at your guys' side. I've always been here. I always knew you were coming back to me, Trump. It's like, dude, you know, hey, man, listen. Man, listen. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, this is an update here. I'm not listening to a Middle Eastern guy talk to Larry Johnson, although Larry Johnson's got some good bits to say. It says Axios just leaked the Iran deal. This is from Mario Nafal, so not the most trustworthy, but he's a bit more of a prominent guy. Oh, forgive me. It includes 200 billion, but here's the new part I've just saw. It says with half already committed. So whose half is that? Is that the GCC together is putting up 150 and the US puts up 150? Or is that just like the UAE and Saudi are already there, but the other Gulf countries haven't got their money put up yet? What is this kind of like framing there? And we still are not getting, we're getting like a slow drip IV of what the deals are on this. We need to have the full-blown details, especially if they're getting ready to sign it too. I mean, I say we as in like we wrote it, but we should. I mean, it's like it's our country. A mother in Ohio had the courage to call authorities. Okay. I think it's actually completely fake. It must be actually completely fake, actually. I don't even know what that was. We have a massive munitions crisis and Islamic enemies. We're sitting ducks for the next 9/11. Why is that? Why are our missile munitions so well below standard, Laura? Wouldn't have to do with anything with defending a country overseas somewhere, would it? Can't stand it, dude. This guy's saying illegal alien. Is there anything like happening that's not crazy? And that's not fake? McDonald's bringing back fried apple pies? First time in more than 3 decades? I was just there the other day, dude. I didn't see them. I was there Monday, actually. I didn't see no apple pie. Guess Sam's trying to get baby feeder. And if you people with very cute babies kind of want one now. Yeah, you should. You should. Dude, no one should ever pull out. That's crazy. Emily Allen said, it took me a long time to get here, though. I tried to warn the young women. They're probably going to hit my gen super hard. That is the unfortunate element, Emily. But I guess the hope is like the more women you bring to the side, the more women, the consensus of women seems to get broader or at least more diverse. At least you take away the 90 percentile of women who are like feminism. I don't need a man, snapping their fingers and, while they be on their speakerphone, washing their pussy in the sink, phone never charged. What's that one, bro? We got to find that one. Dude, where was that video from? No, that's crazy. Not that. Okay. What video am I looking for, guys? It's not going to pull up fucking X videos, dude. That's the only line I can remember from it, though. Watching they pussy in the sink. All right. Be on speakerphone. No, because it's going to bring up black people results. Guys, you know what video I'm talking about. What is that video I'm talking about? What is... Yeah, wash they pussy in the sink. Always be on they speakerphone. Eating hot Cheetos. Like, it's a rant from like a black dude, I think. It's like, it's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I don't remember. Hot Cheetos sink. That'll probably give us better results. You know what? We're calling in a lifeline. We're asking Grok for help. I'm looking for a previously viral audio that talks about women never having their phone charged, their love for hot Cheetos, and washing the pussy in the sink. Come on, Grok, help. I literally can't remember for the life of me where it's from, but I know it, and now that I know it and I looked it up, I have to play it. No, you mean bitches born in the 90s? Dude, it's the only thing I can think of. I'm telling you, like, I remember that one specifically. Bro, I gave it enough, Grok. You got to do this for me, please. Please, Grok, you have to. Grok, please. Grok, if you can hear me. The OG poster was Dave. You were okay. You were right. David Jones. We'll see if Grok can turn back a result. I'll look that up though. David Jones, audio, women. David Jones is so basic of a name too, dude. Did they make this as like impossible to find? No. This is not what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, dude. It's like pulling up a song. Dog. The OG poster was David Jones. Is that who I need to look up? No. Yeah, no. It's specifically a rant about women. Modern women. We have to find this. My brothers, we must stay focused. We must stay focused. This is really important. This could actually solve world hunger. Just think about it. When you really think about it, this could solve world hunger. It's searching Reddit. Bro, I swear to God, I have heard this before. Am I getting like Mandela affected right now? Yes. Yeah, M the Goat's got it. I remember Emmy Female 41993 can't cook. All they know is McDonald's, charge their phone, twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chips, and lie. If you Google it, it'll appear. I feel like I just tried that and it popped up. Yes. Yes. Viral audio versions. Can you effing link it, Grok? Can you link me an audio version? Okay. Eat hot chip and lie, dude. There we go. Now we know what we're looking for. Let's go. No. Tucker Carlson, did he do it?
Bitches born in the 90s that's under 25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working. That's because all young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge their phones, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's.
This was worth it, dude.
Lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I told you, bro. I don't know why the only thing I can remember was washing pussy in the sink, but it stood out. One more time.
Born in the 90s, that's under 25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working. That's because all young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get weed, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
How do I save this? Watch later, dude. Bro, download the audio. Download the audio. I want it forever. Bookmark, liked. Did I like the video now or did I always have it liked? Eat high chip and lie because they phoned it, bro. Bro, did that not sound like that? Sounded so accurate to Tucker Carlson. Whew. Whew. That was good. See, I told you it was worth it, dude. That was worth it. See, we could solve world hunger with that, dude. Because they laugh so hard they forget they were hungry. That's how it solves it. Oh, that's crazy, dude. Eat hot chip and lie, dude. Dude, all women just eat hot chip and lie, dude. All women do. Dude, that's a banger, dude. Banger. What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube and Joram? Whew. They be on a speakerphone. I know I've heard a black version of this too, not just a Tucker Carlson one. That's crazy though. Whew. Like my adrenaline's pumping, dude. Anyone else feels hot and sweaty? Just me? Why am I so nervous? I love you, Reed. Appreciate it, dog. Oh my goodness. I told you we'd be chilling just reacting today, dude. We're just we're having a blast. All right, dude. Enough of this Israel stuff. Because we love the Jews here. Show me something funny. Algorithm. Hear me speak. Show me something funny in the next tweet. Oh, well, I did see this too, by the way. Did you guys take this? I'm thinking about watching my Instinct now. Emily's over here like, guys, I swear it works. That's crazy. That's crazy. Remind me to wash my hands in both bathrooms. But no, where was this at? Did you see the Epstein update on Trump? We didn't talk about this either. Epstein was trying to offer prosecutors dirt on Trump, report says, but didn't have anything. Just the one that I saw from AFPost. Yeah. It said sources close to the president and officials claimed Trump had Epstein killed, as Epstein was seen as an intelligence risk. Epstein was described as obsessed with digging up dirt on Trump before and after his arrest, with Epstein colluding against Trump enemies. Trump has opted to cover up the stories for fear of the truth being discovered, contrary to a, quote, pedophile scandal. The president supposedly worried he would be held criminally liable for the extrajudicial killing of the suspected intelligence asset. That's interesting. There's a different spin on this. Cover-up still has the framework of a cover-up, but not for the sexual relations, but for the actual killing, the extrajudicial killing, as it alleges here. They're saying sources close to the president and intelligence officials. So are they doing this to get out ahead of what? Oh, whoa. Are they doing this to get out of ahead of what may actually be coming? Like if the expectation is that what's in the Epstein files or there's something connected to them that would be what Israel has on Trump, has on people in the administration, is this actually the truth of what's in there, or is this the U.S. trying to get ahead of the story, or is this our guys trying to preempt the story in case they do come in? That's interesting. Developing story. What's this?
Huh, that's actually, yeah, that's kind of base. Huh.
That's,
Huh, that's actually, yeah, that's kind of base.
That's crazy, dog. That's a good meme. I've never seen this before. That's funny. And it's just a huge coincidence that this is coming out exactly right this second as Israel calls Trump a traitor. Interesting. Beautiful. Banger, dude. Banger. Always bookmark stuff if you want to ever see it again, because it's about the only way. Oh yeah, we're on YouTube. Forgot out the music. Gay. Forgot we're on YouTube. Okay, come on, one more time, dude. One more time.
Bitches born in the 90s that's under 25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working.
He preaching, dog.
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, and weave, twerk, beep.
He preaching.
Eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's good. I'm gonna have to make my own version of it and make that as the intro. Line, phone never be charged, phone never be on. That's crazy. Anything else happened today? Anybody on YouTube got any updates for us? Anything we can watch? Any of my homies out here? Also, by the way, okay, this is a short pivot here. Mainstream Dissident has been getting attacked by everybody. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Might be in my bookmarks actually. Let's go mainstream. Oh, and propaganda. I forgot about that. We can watch that too. This was, oh yeah, W Basil clips too, by the way, or foul ball clips. So so whenever I was telling you guys on Monday that there was, simultaneously you have Jews trying to destroy the life. This is Sunday, I think. You have the Jews trying to destroy the life of Austin Franco. And then at the same time, there's another story that's happening inside the more of the reform crowd, like the dissident Christian crowd, like the Joel Webben crowd, the Stone Choir crowd, the reformed, pro-white Christian crowd. Mainstream Dissident was doing something, I don't even know what the full details are, but apparently he was helping Antelope Hill, and now he's being clipped and being attacked as being an Antelope Hill vendor. But we all know that's bullshit because he just is working. He's just they sponsor his show. They've reached out to him. Same thing that they've done for me. They've reached out and they've helped. They sent books too. They sent me the Sword of Christ. They sent me American Regime. They've sent me Faith and Heritage, all of which we've had interviews about. They're decent people. I like them. But now you have Hitler Hated Christ. You have Eli McGowan. You have Will Spencer. You have Mr. Whitebeard himself, Dr. James White, or Mr. James White, the pastor. All of these extremely 19-inch, dragon dildo down their throats people, being cucked on race, just lying about what Christianity is, being cucked on all of it. They're all attacking him now. So I was going to play this. Those are what they're attacking him about. And it's because it's in relation to Ogden as well as the New Christendom, the New Christendom Press. No pause, Craig. Full sending that one.
Can I get a white power? I saw plenty of at the event, but
that's funny.
They had a policy where once the event was going, for people's privacy, do not film or record. So I did everything before the event, specifically at the Antelope Hill Publishing table. They had VIP mixer, which I got to go to. This is really a VIP mixer. Flood, what's up, brother? I see you. And So I was thoroughly impressed, and I met quite a few interesting.
I don't think it works.
Folks,
is the point? Is the point,
Cody? A pleasure to be able to network with everyone involved. Some of my associates attended the family day. They got to hang out with all of the NCP guys and their families as well. So that was cool. And the business networking lunch was advantageous for the Antelope Hill guys who went to that while I manned the table alone. I stay out of the drama because, you know, I am a man of class. I am a man of decorum. I try not to stir the shit.
Yeah, I told him that too. When I
who I would consider.
I didn't even know that he had the hand tattoos until we were sitting in the green room before our interview, and he's like holding his hand up, like pointing to stuff on his monitor. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, damn, dude, you're half black.
On my side, even if we don't line up 100%, that's not how you achieve white unity. That's not how you achieve unity among brothers. So this asshole, he says, the guy manning the Antelope Hill table at New Christendom Conference is prolific in hate circles around the country.
Dude, see, here's Eli McGowan, dude. This guy's disgusting, dude. Absolutely disgusting. Snake of a person, dude. Like, imagine a homosexual version of Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings. You know, the guy who's like whispering in Theoden's ear? Okay, we'll make him gay, effeminate, and weigh 107 pounds. That's who this guy is. And yeah, you're spot on. All of these people, all of them, whether it's white, whether it's Eli, whether it's Hitler hated Christ, whether it's any of these people, dude, all of them have nothing to say about Jews. Literally nothing. All of them cucked on race. All of them hate white people. All of them pro, not all of them, but some of them are a lot more pro to like the Nala Ray, the OnlyFans to Christian influencer pipeline. Like, it's just such a disgusting, degenerate scene, and it really did rub me the wrong way. It's why I quit interacting with the whole scene overall. It's just because like these people should have no power or authority or credibility at all, yet they seem to maintain it. And when you dig a little bit deeper, it's like, oh, it's because all of the Christian women get their news, get their sermons, get their Christian information from these guys. Whereas all the Christian men are like all somewhere else, right? We're watching Joel Webber and watching Stone Choir. I mean, literally basically anywhere else. Pine Sap, Jay Dyer, like literally anybody but those people. And that's what they grift off of. They get all the women who are too retarded to think for themselves. They make them feel good, and they point at everyone else and they go, see, he's trying to take your right to vote. Look at, it's not very Christian of him. It's so gay. And I did for a little while. I was privy to the scene. I'm sorry, like I can't do it, dude. Like I can't. Like it just makes me want to crash out. I can't. I literally can't do it. When I see Meg Basham, it makes me want to bash my head through a wall. When I see any of these people, for that matter, when we see Nala Ray talking about this guy who's a seer, just like Daniel, just like Amos, just like Isaiah, and he's like talking on the couch. Yeah, I can see your Holy Spirit energy right now. It's like a half open bowl. Where like I can see it on the bottom, but like it's kind of flowing out of the top. It's like someone pull the fire alarm. You know, it's like you have someone make it stop. You have to make it stop. You know, like heresy, heretic. You should be screaming it at the top of our lungs. But the reason I just quit because they got on a stranglehold. I mean, what woman's going to want to go to the side where the guys are like, and yeah, you should shut up and listen. No, they're going to go to the side of the guy who's like, oh yeah, no, women should be in charge. Women should be pastors. Servant leadership, of course. Your husband has no authority in the home. He should have all the accountability, all the responsibility, and nothing to say about it. You should be able to dictate the terms to your husband. Like it's like all of that bullshit. It's like you listen to it for a couple of seconds, you just straight up go, I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to join the Jews. Like no, that's a joke. That's a joke. Maybe even a bad joke. But for me personally, like I can't be around it anymore. Like it's such overt lying. The Christian scene is so, I mean, for lack of better words, like it's raped, dude. Like it is psychologically raped. And I can't do it anymore. Like I will always say Christ is king. I'll always push for Christian values here. That's without a doubt. America first, Christian movement, wholeheartedly. It was just for me personally, it's like, I don't want to be rage baited every day by some dumb woman. You know what I mean? It's like what does that say about me? If I'm getting rage baited by a woman on a timeline every other day, it's like, it's just not even worth it. It's like, because you even jump into that fight and then every other woman, it's like what Andrew Wilson does. Like, who would want that? You know what I mean? You women in your DMs all day going, and here, well, I think what you didn't make your argument about was actually how women did this with the women's suffrage back in, like, I mean, it would make me walk outside and it'd make me walk outside and see somebody on Fifth Avenue. So what it would make me do. You know what I mean? So it's also crazy that he has this blog too.
And describes himself.
But definitely support mainstream because he's actually being targeted.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be.
And I'm not ashamed to say that. You know, again, all those things that I gave in my little monologue earlier about normalcy, those are all expressions of National Socialism. Can I get a white power? White power, brother. White power. I appreciate that.
So they try to, then like the last minute of this, they try to cut it up and just like use all these clips and context and be like, see, wow, everyone, look, guy said white power. We should destroy his life. It's the same thing. It's the same thing what they're doing to the Austin Franco kid. Not really the same thing, but similar. Oh yeah. Look at this. Here's Captive Dreamer. For anybody who needs this. Remember this whole story? Joe Lonsdale raging at Gabe Einhorn. You should expose and dox him. What are you, a coward? This must be fake or you're a coward. We need to destroy this 19-year-old's life. This is what Captive Dreamer says. Patriot. Dude. I'm telling you, if I see any of you guys don't have this guy blocked, we're not cool. We're not on speaking terms anymore. There could not be he has taken the greatest goy from John Doyle. Like John Doyle is actually back to John Doyle now because Captive Dreamer is the greatest goy. Like it's honestly, it's insane, man. Like the way this guy's able to just do what he does. So shameless too. You got to be getting paid well to be taking it on the chin like that every single day, right? Like you got to think about like every day, people dragging their nuts across your face, and you just keep taking it. You coming back for more. That's ridiculous. And the ghost says, so how do you direct women to the path and avoid these types? I just hide in my closet and I cry and I wait until they leave. That's what I do when my wife yells at me. I go in the bathroom and I lock the door. It's pretty effective. Sometimes it takes a couple hours, but it works every time. You know what I mean? To each your own though. I'm just kidding. I throw her through a wall, guys. It's the only answer. Take two hands, in the numbers, inside the numbers. You go inside the numbers, you grab, right? Up, through wall. 3 steps. Inside the numbers, up, through wall. Works every time. Never not worked for me. It was this tweet that I saw. She's not carrying the flame. Erica Kirk is father from Kirk from her last name, but this is supposedly, allegedly fake news. But Woman Propaganda, friend who's been on the Grip Report before, I think like the first or second ever edition of it, actually. Here's this. He was on with Fresh and Fit, and I think he was on with James Fishback's ex-girlfriend, by the way.
We have a system that goes easy on black crime.
Hell no.
It's super, yeah. Are you a Carmelo Anthony supporter over here?
I for sure am.
You're really? You got one. We should talk about that.
That's crazy.
Systematically, these black people have been oppressed, and that's why they maybe act like that or have characters like that. Can I ask you a question? I have a question. And how many white kids shot up schools and murdered multiple children? Let's talk about that. Right. And I'm white and black, so I have a very...
If you look at the statistics, black people are the most violent people in the country by far. And then white on black violence is very minimal. Black on white violence is crazy. It's like... Okay.
I want you guys to know it is more likely that a black woman will commit murder than a white man. That is how bad the per capita statistics are. Do you understand how insane that is? That the female of the species is more violent than the male of said same species? That's crazy. Another big thing to look at that's also stands out as an extreme outlier is like the rape statistics. If you look at black on white rape statistics from like 2016 until now, it's like in the thousands, like 10,000s. I think it's like not hundreds of thousands, but it's in the tens of thousands. Then you do it the other way. I think it was like there's like one case and it's like disputed. It's actually insane. Like that is literally insane. You're telling me for 10 years there has been one white on black rape? That should not, like that should be every day we wake up for the next 10 years. That should be the New York Times headline. That is such an insane statistical outlier that stands in the opposite face of everything else that society tells you. Absolutely insane. Yeah, we do it because us white brothers, we respect black queens so much, dog. We would protecting them treasures. No, the reality is it's like they always being on their speakerphone.
It depends on what you look at, but I mean, there's studies that show black on white.
Must have been an accident. Yeah, he fell in it.
1,000 times more common than
That's
white
the
on
like
black.
aftermath and results. Can we like backtrack and see maybe why those people act like that? You know,
You're
'Cause
justifying the violence.
I'm not justifying it, but if you really want to have a solution and problem solve, I think you need to, realize all the steps that got you to your solution. That you're, not just the aftermath, but like, why is this so? That's breaking down a problem.
Period.
I mean, I can have. I don't know.
You said period as if like so you're telling me like is slavery being passed down genetically? Like these people are waking up and the first thing they see when they take their first breath of air is it's a scene from Roots. Like, get the fuck out of here. This woman has had nothing but just living the most calmest and peaceful and nicest life. She's on fucking Fresh and Fit of all things.
The system's easy on black crime.
But you say that, but how many people in jails are black or minorities, and how many people are whites?
Mm-hmm.
And they put themselves there, right? Like what? Like, do you see this? Do you see how absolutely, like, this is the psychology. This is why boomers. This is why we're all gonna find a boomer today, and we're not gonna do that. That's too far. We're on YouTube. Because everybody, both in my generation and the generation below me, between like A and Z, or no, forgive me, generations up, some of them in Gen Z, like the millennials, the boomers, Gen X, because they are so mind-graped by the psychology of egalitarianism, by equality. You guys need to understand this. This is a base level belief. It is actually like, to me, I think it is the core concept of most people's belief system when it's not based in Jesus Christ. So normies, atheists, anybody but not a Christian, excluding like the Islam and Jews, and sometimes Jews. Their base belief is that everything is equal at all times. And any sign of not equal is evidence of a problem. Meaning therein, the reason why she made the claim right now of, so what do you have to say about there being more black people than white people in the jail? She's saying that because the premise with her argument is that because there's more black people, that must mean clearly there's racism. And the reason she's making that claim is because she's operating from the principle of egalitarianism, that everyone's equal, there's no differences. So in her worldview, the justice would be that it'd be 50-50. It'd be very close. There'd be just as many black people, there'd be just as many white people, there'd be just as many Hispanics, there'd be just as many Asians. But that's not real. Poof, fairy dust, magic, not real. That is not real. Equality, that equality is not real, that egalitarianism is not real. It's fake. It's bullshit. Made up. Again, poof. You blow a kiss on it, it disappear. It's not real. And that's why she's making this claim.
What do you?
I think
there's a lot of black people in jail, and there should be more. Like I said, the guy that killed Irina Zarutska was let out of jail 15 different times.
And I do,
It was actually 36.
Well, I do agree with you that
36.
And I do agree with you that
times.
And I do agree with you that the justice system in its entirety is wrong. It needs to be like regulated because obviously if someone's a repeat offender, obviously they need to be punished and, you know, dealt with accordingly, not just let in the public. But at the same time, there's other problems too, you know? So I don't think
she's using all her words she got.
like the whole system needs to be regulated differently.
Can we talk about Carmelo?
Yeah, you think Carmelo Anthony shouldn't get the death penalty?
Hell no, he's a child, and
he's a little baby boy.
You gotta
He's
think.
a child.
So okay, it's very sad that a life was.
I have no idea who any of these women are on the panel because I don't have an OnlyFans account, but this is the ex-wife of James Fishback.
Lost. That's very sad and that's very disappointing. But I don't think like what pleasure.
Her ex-girlfriend, not ex-wife.
Ending another life, you know.
May I
To
make a
set an
metaphor?
example. It needs to be shown. If you murder a white kid for no reason, you know,
For
you
no
should
reason?
be publicly. The Carmelo Anthony, unironically, has shown us why lynchings used to be a thing. I grew up being told lynchings were the most evil thing ever. White people evil because of lynchings, and now we have black people that are emboldened. They know the justice system is easy on black crime. Like literally, we have black people that straight up are upset.
Absolute
Carmelo Anthony
cinema.
is not getting off scot-free. He got off easy. 35 years for murdering a kid for no reason. He got off easy, and that's still not enough for black people.
Bro, Fisher back. That's crazy. Underrated comment, Hilton.
Asian guy. I don't know what Asian descent he has. What about the Asian guy that just got charged off for killing the kid who stole a water bottle or something?
I really have something to say. May I, Hayden?
Take it away.
May I?
Yeah.
Specifically with the Carmelo Anthony case, I just said it backwards, but you know what I mean. The thing that really bothers me about that is if you think of it objectively, right? We have two high schools.
So she actually does sound like that.
Austin Metcalf went Centennial High School, where Anthony
Fresh is seething, but who cares?
it was a track meet. They were competing.
Real name Walter.
And here in the States, that's super common to have high school rivalries.
Rivalries.
Thank you. And so the way that I perceive the situation is that a opponent walked into the locker room of another team.
It wasn't a locker room, it was a tent.
Yeah, but I'm making a metaphor.
Okay.
So they walked into the locker room of another team, the territory of another team, the tent of another team. You're right.
Outside
and then
dwelling, public place that is free to everyone.
May I continue the metaphor? And then I want to hear from you. So essentially, the way I look at it is if
Free to everyone. That's actually exactly what I think. Like when I was watching the high school football game the other day, I was back in my hometown. You know, I was strolling up the bleachers and I was like, why would I sit in the bleachers? I can just go sit on the bench with the football team. And why would I even go? Well, here's a better one. Why would I go to the concession stand? They have free Gatorade on the bench. It's for me. It's public access. Everybody knows that. You can just walk up in the middle of a football game and just partake. Like, what the fuck? What is that? Like, how do these people think this shit? How entitled does a person have to be to think that? And this even goes to even the differences in races. I mean, we're talking about. Yeah, she doesn't know what a right metaphor is. Good call. We're talking about that's the difference between a civilization and a tribe. A civilization has basic respect. That people go out of their way to entertain and also exhibit politeness. Understanding and having awareness for not only who they are, but who others are. Having mutual respect for property, belongings, people, children, events, tradition. It's a tent. It's a track team. It's for public use. It's for everyone. That's not even I don't even know if you could say. I mean, I'm sure it's probably a lot. Mindset's a lot more in the black community, and even more so in when women in general. But even outside of, you can even separate that from race and just say that mindset is poison. That entitlement, that deservedness, that I greater than. That's just insane.
you walked into the Knicks locker room, they're going to tell you to leave. They're going to push you. They're going to tell you to leave. And then the person murdered the person asking you to leave. Like, you can't walk into the locker room.
They asked him to leave 15 times.
You can't walk into the
He gets shoved and he escalates it to murder.
But so I heard that he was invited there by someone else.
No, he was asked multiple times, 15 times on record to leave. And
so there's no.
So first of all, so now we went from it's public access to no, he was invited. No, he was invited. That's what I heard.
No account of anyone inviting him to that tent. So he just walked up to the tent, And even though
Yeah,
I
'cause it was
had rivals in
raining.
high school, I knew that it was like, where it's high school rivalry. It only
Right.
goes a certain court. It doesn't go to, I want to kill you because you're my high school team's rival.
Exactly. And so I do think you are right. There are systematic injustices.
Yeah, I'm not going to do on Africa.
Specifically in the case of Anthony
Fair point.
Carmelo, he should have left the other team's locker room. He should have not murdered after he was asked to leave.
Wait, it's Carmelo Anthony, right?
Yeah. I'm backwards on that, but y'all got the point.
yeah.
Y'all got the metaphor.
Well, the systematic injustices are against white people. This country is racist towards white people. That's been the case for a long time.
That's crazy. I don't know how these guys do it, dude.
We have a system that goes.
I couldn't. I'm telling you, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. Oh my gosh. Let me see this. There's a really good clip in the account. I'm gonna see what they got. See if anything. That's funny. This is from Pin from June 11. That's from, we watched that. Nick clip. He ain't been posting much at all, has he? Dang. Not much from him. Yeah, nothing of value. Nothing of value was lost. See, now this is getting picked up by AF Post. See, I told you, dude, is that not crazy? That's crazy. I need to do key bumps like throughout like Zerka. How do you think I have all this energy? What do you think I do? What was that? Key bump. We're doing what? What are key bumps? What is this you speak of? What is this you speak of? But that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, everybody, I think it's gonna do it for me. I'm out of juice, if they said. I mean, I played an interview, but I'm out of topics. I want to say big thank you to for Artie for dropping in a rating that boosted the chat fight by quite a bit, or the live viewership. We jumped up by much. Haven't seen that number since like 1995, something like that. Yep, out of Jews, unfortunately, out of them, out of juice, something like that. Oh, foul ball rated as well. I didn't know that. I didn't see that. W to foul ball for that raid as well too, brother. I appreciate that. I didn't see it. I only saw the RD one because it popped up on the chat that I had over here. But I do appreciate it. And for those of you who haven't already, want to continue watching the streams, I am also streaming on Kick. I've been streaming way more than what I have been before. So those of you who are wondering perhaps where there are no videos, or not as many videos, I should say, it's because I've basically moved all operations to streaming so far. And yeah, 2 raids in one day. W must mean doing something right. You would think. You'd think. But see, that's why I gotta go. There's a ceiling bird that keeps coming around every so often, and I gotta figure out what's going on. So I gotta go take care of that. You know what it is. But I appreciate you guys as always. Yesterday's Kick Show is a banger. I'm glad you enjoyed it. W to all of you guys. I appreciate you all. I will be back tomorrow on YouTube, and should be around the similar time as what it always is, closer to like 5 or 6 p.m. And then I should be switching over to Kick too, be doing the same thing. I think for Thursday, however, Thursday is going to be an all day on Kick stream. I'm probably going to get started super early as much as I can and take advantage of the fact that Beardson and Tyler Russell don't wake up until 2 p.m. So that is going to be my goal with that. But I'm still going to be active tonight, so you might see me in some other people's chats as well. I'm going to reach out to Beardson. I'm going to reach out to Basil. I need to reach out. Well, I did reach out to Basil, I'm pretty sure. So Beardson and Greg, I'm going to be reaching out to get a hold of to do some collabs. And so appreciate you guys. Everybody have a good rest of your night. How do I do a raid, by the way? I would do it to somebody else if somebody else is streaming. If I can send you guys over to somebody, is that like a possible thing? How do I do it? Add stream marker, create highlight video. Does anybody know how to do this? I have no idea how you do this on YouTube. Does it look like it had a host, like effect or something like that? I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can change what it gets redirected to. Stream settings. Professional streamer, by the way. It's crazy. That's crazy. I can see when I got the viewership jump. That's crazy. Went to peak to 116. I literally have no idea how to send this. I'm sorry. I would do it. I'll figure it out. That's my promise to you all, as I will figure it out. But regardless, make sure that you guys smash the like button if you've not already. Subscribe if you have not already. Go follow me on Kick. Do all the things, all the jobs, all the tasks. Do it. Do it. You must. It's the only way. And I will see you guys. Yeah, I must be in tech. Yeah, right. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good rest of your night. And hopefully I don't have another allergic attack. I appreciate you all. Christ is King. As always, most important thing, seek that. Ensure you're walking your walk with Christianity and Jesus Christ as much as you possibly can. Live redirect in the live control panel. Ticks. Is it over here? No, we're about to find out. It's not with those buttons. So I'm in the control panel right now. I swear on Lord's green earth I am. Live redirect in the live control panel. Where is it? This is crazy. Actually, let's do this. Let's see. We're gonna figure it out in real time. Actually, as a team. How do I redirect live stream while live on YouTube? Yeah, sponsor my Albanian children. I'll remember that. I see. Scroll down to the redirect section and click add. Oh. I see. Okay. I think I know. I think I figured it out. 1 second. 1 second, everyone. We're figured it out. I'm figuring out, I swear. Dude, I definitely figured it out, I swear. Searching videos from other channels. Okay, we have The Crucible, we have Valhalla VFT, and nobody that I like. Who's somebody that's live right now that anybody likes? Zeb? Is Zeb live? No. For my subscribed channels, there's nobody. I could send you guys to Tyler. Breland Hollyhand. You sure? He's not even live, you bastard. Bring the Asteroid News is live. I'm not seeing her. Oh, maybe I don't need to put the spaces. Bring the... Tom Fudge, trust me, bro. So this is why you guys can see this. I was going to say the Crucible is the only person I've even seen that feels even worthy of doing it. I want to help some smaller people, though, if I can. Bring the... Yeah. It's not popping up. Is it our other channel? Dude, someone said Jaden Neo. Is Tom Fo live? Tom Fo never goes live, dude. Guy hates going live. What about Focus? Dude, nobody? Like literally nobody that I know? That's crazy. All right. I'm going to put it the Crucible, I guess, if it's just like Pope Defender. Nobody. That's crazy. I guess it's Crucible. I guess that's what we're rolling with. Uncle Oji? Oh, is he? Okay. I've actually talked to Uncle Oji before. Oh, I can't. That's probably why. They have it blocked. They have some people have it blocked. John Doyle, bro, that's crazy. Pine Sap? Nah. All right, we've done this. We've done this too long. They right here. Maybe I'll get recognized. Maybe they'll finally like me. So I guess I'll just save it from there, right? Cool. Okay. So when it ends, it must redirect you over there. Either way, Absolute Cinema. Go wash y'all pussies in the sink. Be on their speakerphone. Go eat the hot Cheetos. And lie. But appreciate you guys as always. We can't do deportations, but we can do impeachments. So impeach the entire administration. Blue wave in 2026. Let's take our country back. And let's win. Wait, is it speaker? Mello's on? Oh, let me change it. We have to. Dude. No, Tix, you have to tell me again. What do I do? No, Tix, no. No, Tix, you have to come back. It was right here. Mellow. What? Come on. Mellow. Tix says I formally resign. Oh my gosh. No matching. What is this? He must have it turned off too. Because he's not on my options. I'll show you. It's Timothy Gordon, Jar Opener, Star Wars, Tyler TV, Valhalla, Crucible, and then Right Sing Broadcast. Mello's like not even there. Is he got like something, is it like with sevens or like with eyes? He's like not even showing up. What's this? That'd been a cool thing for him. Mellow with the capital L's. Let me try that. It's just some black guy. It's like, oh, I see him. He's right here. He's got it turned off. He has to add me to the redirect list. Okay, we'll do it next time. It's just Dragon now. We'll do Crucible for this time. We'll do the Crucible. We're turning it over. Tell Mello he lost. He lost the chance. He lost the chance. Anyways, you guys have a good rest of your night. Christ is King. As always, deport fat women. They got to go. Jews run society. Put black people in prison. What I miss? Oh, and women need to shut the fuck up. Anyways, you guys, yes, Mello, turn that on. I about sent you a lot of people. Turn it on. Anyways, catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Get up and get out. Get out. Get out.
I have a question for you.
Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out. Get out. Christ